Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Services, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Coastal Field Services, The Crawfish Hideaway, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Your Propane, Jerry's Oysters, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Swanky Insurance Agency, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac.
Welcome in, everybody, to week 2 of district play here in the state of Texas as the Orangefield Bobcats invade Anahuac to take on the Panthers in what is projected to be one of the better games in the state of Texas this week. Multiple channels highlighting it as their game of the week, and Anahuac Sports Live is proud to bring you Anahuac football. Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyla Hart here from top the catbird seat from Kyle White Stadium. And, you know, looking at the way that some people have talked, this is a very important game in district play, only being the second game this year.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you look at your top contenders and what Texas high school football predicted to the way that this district was supposed to end up. You look at Anahuac, you look at Orangefield, you look at East Chambers. Now that fourth spot is coming into to some question with Hardin playing East Chambers last night, really tight. Almost had opportunities to take that football game last night. But if you look at the way that this district is going to be shaping up, this game here tonight is really going to matter a lot when you get down to the seeding for the Texas high school football playoffs. Not to mention how badly the Anahuac Panthers want this win against the Orangefield Bobcats.
Yeah, as you said, it was Hardin playing East Chambers very tight. In fact, having the lead at halftime last night before eventually falling to East Chambers. But coming into district play, Hardin had started the year 4-0 and really had high hopes going into that game last week against Orangefield, which we'll touch on. But it had some issues in the first quarter, ended up getting steamrolled. But this Orangefield team is much different than what we've seen the last couple of decades as head coach Jeff Breaux takes over and brings his spread offense to Orangefield.
Yeah, it's a spread offense, but it's just also run heavy. Jeff Breaux taking over this year. He's got 25 and 17 Letterman returning. As far as starters are concerned, he's got 5 on offense, 5 on defense. Last year, they went 5-6, by-district finalist, and 4-2 in district. Some players tonight that, we're going to be calling out quite a bit. It all starts with their running back, junior Mason Manning. He's got 85 carries, 644 yards, 6 touchdowns, but he's also got 10 receptions for 135 yards and a touchdown. But he's also accompanied in the backfield by running back senior Jose Lucia, 45 carries, 275 yards and a touchdown. So this running back by committee, and there's a third one, I believe, that we'll get here in a little bit too. But, this is still a run-heavy offense. It may not be a slot T, but it's still centered around the run.
You talk about that the reception from Mason Manning happened from the first play of scrimmage last week when for the Bobcats, where they faked the handoff and then play actioned back out to him as he took it to the house in one play. So, it was a very good start there. Orangefield, we talked about Hardin, them coming in 4-0. For opening kickoff of the game, they kick the football off. The returner thinks it's going to become a touchback. It ends up dying at the goal line, and Orangefield picks it up and takes it to the house. And just like that, they're on top 7-0. And it just kind of snowballed down from there. But Orangefield putting up 59 points against a previously undefeated Hardin Hornet team.
Well, and a Hardin Hornet team that we didn't really know how to fill out either. And, with Coach Bro taking over the helm at Orangefield and after a stint as an assistant at Little Cypress Mauriceville, like you said, has installed this power spread offense, which will, we've already said it's a big change from the slot T. Manning, we said it earlier about what his stats were, had over 1,100 yards on the ground last year, but there's also quarterback Carson Gonzalez. He's 33 of 76 for 463 yards in the air, 5 touchdowns, but he's also got 30 rushes for 135 yards and 4 touchdowns. The senior Zach Morrow is his favorite target, 12 receptions, 203 yards, 3 touchdowns for him. But I think that the big thing that is going to be key for Orangefield tonight is their defense. Linebacker junior Carson Worthy, 79 tackles, leads the team and is second in the district, only behind Tyler Kelly with 79 tackles, 9 for a loss, and 6 pass breakups. But this core of linebackers that Orangefield has is really, really good. There's also Caleb Minardi, has 61 tackles, 10 for a loss, 8 sacks, and 4 forced fumbles. And then there's also senior Logan Trahan with 46 tackles. But focusing more on what Orangefield has done so far this year, they're 3-2. They lost to Woodville in week 1, 7-27. They were at New Waverly, took care of them 29-21, and then went on the road to face a really good Bridge City team and lost that football game 28-7. Then they went over to Louisiana at St. Louis Catholic, won that football game 28-7. And Alex, you already talked about the Hardin game, winning it 59-0. This offense so far this year has 1,541 yards of total offense, 1,048 of that coming on the ground. You see how run heavy they are. The remainder of that, the 463 yards passing, it's pretty lopsided there.
Yeah, but and one of the things that head coach Greg Neese highlighted on the pregame interview was, don't let them lull you to sleep. They will throw fades and try to attack your secondary, and they have the athletes on the outside to make that happen.
Yeah, they'll occasionally throw the screen pass on the sideline here and there, I saw, but it's very seldom. I think their pass to run ratio is probably 75-25 or maybe even less than that. But 143 yards versus Hardin last week. I don't know if that's correct. Oh, with Mason Manning. Manning had 143 yards last week. Lucia had 107 yards, so they were combining for 100 or 250 yards total on the ground. The Panthers are really going to have to key on, containing those edges and not letting the Bobcats turn up the fields once they get outside the numbers and really try to stretch this field out, Alex.
Well, and when you talk about linebackers, when your 3 most statistically sound defensive player are linebackers, you're going to be facing a 3-4 defense. And it is a very sound defense that the Bobcats have put together.
No, and they do a really good job, especially in that linebacker second level over there. But they've allowed 1,343 total yards, 754 of that on the ground, 589 yards through the air. Pretty balanced as far as holding teams to their rushing and their passing yards, a little bit better against the pass. Defensively, the Bobcats held Hardin to just 105 yards last week, and a big factor in that was their linebacker core. And as I mentioned earlier, with Worthy, Menard, and Trahan, and expect them tonight to be blitzing the Anahuac Panthers a lot.
Yeah, and that's something that the Panthers are going to have to be ready for. We've seen Barrier under duress probably a little bit more often than what we've been comfortable with.
Definitely.
He's been able to turn some of those into plus plays. But when you're facing that type of defense, they're going to have to speed up the pace of the game too.
They're definitely going to have to do that to keep this Orangefield defense on their heels, and they're also going to have to control the clock and keep their running backs from getting so many touches during this game. I think it's important that they go full throttle offensively. Just don't take your foot off of that gas. Game management is going to be key if the Panthers want to win here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. That's going to take us to our first break of the Gore Propane pregame show, as we'll be back with the head coach's interview. As Greg Neese sat down with me before the game, we'll go over his thoughts on tonight's ball game, as we'll be back with more after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Gore Propane, family owned and operated by Jimmy and Renee Gore, has been servicing Chambers and surrounding counties since 1998. Gore Propane is the go-to company for all your propane needs, offering competitive pricing on tank sales, lease, residential, and commercial propane sales and bottling. They also offer automatic route and will call propane delivery for your convenience. Senior and veterans discounts available. Call Gore Propane today at 409-389-2245. Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Services, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Coastal Field Services, The Crawfish Hideaway, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Gore Propane, Jerry's Oysters, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Swanky Insurance Agency, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac.
Alex Outram back on the Gore Propane pregame show, joined by the head coach of the Anahuac Panthers, head coach Greg Neese. And Coach, obviously the farther we get in the season, the more important the games get. 1-0 to start off district play. Tell us a little bit of what you thought about last week's victory over Kirbyville.
Well, it was a very good performance by our defense, I have to say, and we really pressured the quarterback and knocked him around a little bit. And ended up getting to the second and third quarterback. So I was very, very happy to see our defense kind of fly around and just make it a tough, miserable night for them. Our negatives of the night were we gave them too many opportunities. The first time they had the ball three possessions before we had one. Because we three and out it, roughed the punter, so they got the ball back. And then we made a punt, and we dropped the punt, and they got the ball back. 20, then we held them for 4 plays. So our defense was out there. They were tested that first part of the first quarter, and so they kept them off the scoreboard. But we made a lot of big plays in the passing game, lit up the scoreboard really the second half. But it's good to go into Kirbyville and win like that, and it was a good way to start the district.
Last couple of games have just scuffled a little bit coming out of the gates. Something that you addressed this week to try to get out to a faster start?
Well, we've kind of been looking at that. Coach Gore usually goes up. He calls plays. He's my offense coordinator. He's been calling up in the box. Now, I don't know if this has any correlation or anything, but we kind of slow start the first half of both games, the past 2 games. And then he's mad and whatever, and we're talking. So he comes on the sideline, and it seems like we're clicking, we're getting the plays in faster and stuff. So I don't know. He's still going to start in the press box tonight, but anyway, yeah, it's just I don't know. Once we get going, though, we're pretty dang good, and it's just we got to really get off to a fast start and limit turnovers and make the most of opportunities when you play teams like Orangefield in the rest of the way in our district. So yeah, it'd be nice to get off to a fast start.
Talked a little bit about the defense. What was some of the key standouts that you saw on the defensive side of the ball when you reviewed the film from last week?
Well, I'll tell you who's really playing good for us is Justin Netterville. He came over from Crosby last spring, and he's number 33, plays defensive end, and he's really starting to figure it out, and he grades out as our best defensive end, and that's pretty good because you got Quandre Coates out there who, he's a Division I college player, but really Netterville is outplaying him also on defense, and So he's been a force. And then, Tyler Kelly is Tyler Kelly. I mean, he's the defensive MVP, in my opinion, in our district up to this point. And I'm sure he's going to play great the rest of the year. And then you got guys like Trey Smith, who didn't even play football last year, and tried to get him to come out, and he came out. He had 2 interceptions, big ones too, in crucial situations, and he also blocked the field goal. So he's really stepping up and made some really good progress as far as transitioning from a basketball player full-time to also playing football now, and he's loving it. And I joked with him after the game in front of our basketball coach. I said, "Hey, Trey, how do you like?" So is football better now or basketball? Oh, coach, yeah, football. So basketball Coach Gilby's looking over at him and giving him the evil eye. But it's fun to see guys like that just kind of blossom right there in front of your eyes. And, they've been working hard and going through some negative things during practices and scrimmages and games. And just to see them kind of breaking out and becoming a good football player.
On the defensive side of the ball, when you have those bookends at the ends, are you able to focus more straight up the middle and funnel your defense straight up the middle since they have more of a difficult time getting outside the ends?
Yes, yeah, and that's one thing. When you got Quandre on one side and you have Netterville on the other, and as long as we had Quandre, we've always had an opposite side defensive end that's really a good player, dating back to Robert Bailey days. I mean, those guys were something else. But Coach Hauser's our tackles and nose coach, and he does a good job. He rotates about 6 guys in there. When Hal Pham comes back, it'll be 7. But he rotates those guys to play the nose and the tackle, those 2 positions. And we try to keep those guys fresh because a lot of those guys play offense too. So we do focus on the interior there. You also got Darius Richardson, he's a running back. He's number 23, and he didn't really like the move in the beginning. Didn't understand it, but we have him down as a defensive tackle and nose guard. And the main thing is when you start playing these spread teams, they can't block him. And He's disruptive, and he leads our district in quarterback hurries and quarterback hits, hitting the quarterback. And so he's very disruptive there, and not so good right now against the run because they could really knock. He plays kind of high, but he's an excellent pass rusher, good athlete. So, we do focus in on those interior guys, and Coach Hauser's doing a great job of rotating those guys and getting them in the game.
Offensive side of the ball, what were some of the wins off the film last week?
Well, our receiver core is really, you can't take away one guy. So I'm going to talk about our receiver core right now. And you look at the district stats right now, the top 5 receivers in the district, 4 of them are from Anahuac. So, you got Oscar Garza, who's kind of been, he's kind of coming to his own as being a big-time playmaker for us. We're even put him in the backfield and let him run the football some and run him on jet sweeps, throw him the quick stop route. He turns, he's got the ability to catch like he did against Cypress Christian, to catch a 70-yard route, turn it into a 60-yard touchdown. And then you got Quandre Coates out there, and then you got Trotter on one side, and you got Cunningham on the other. And those 4 guys right there are in the top 5 of receiving in our district. So it's pretty impressive because they all make big time plays, and that's something great to have especially when you're spreading it out and you got a good quarterback that doesn't just isolate on one guy. He can spread it around and check the defenses and rotate his eyes and get to the right receiver.
Yeah, and I think that's something that we spoke on the broadcast about was Barrier being able to go through his progressions. There's been plays where he hasn't had as much time, but when he gets time in the pocket, you can visibly see him checking down his progressions to see where the routes are open.
Right, yes. He does a great job of that. He gets a good view of the defense and get a pre-snap look, and kind of has an idea which side he's going to work. And anyway, also he's also good when the play breaks down, and there is going to get a rush because there's no perfect protection. Tom Brady would take sacks also, so there's no perfect protection. But what Brady does, he'll turn a negative play, or looks like could be a negative play, and he'll escape and scramble and make a play, and either with his legs or throwing the football. So, he's just a phenomenal quarterback, and he's really kind of scratching the surface. Really, it was kind of scary being an opponent, and I love it as his coach. But he's really scratching the surface of, really breaking out and being even better than he is. But it's funny because after he's a perfectionist, so after the game he's disappointed how he played. But then you look at his stat sheet and he's like, 22 for 30 for 340 yards and 6 touchdowns. I'm like, dang, dude, come on, man. You throw 17 touchdowns and 1,600 yards in your first 5 games. I mean, I threw 1,600 yards in my 11 games when I was a quarterback in 1984. So, but anyway, it's fun coaching him, and he's a special player.
The Bobcats have kind of been a mystery to the Panthers here over the last few years, since you've been here. First year head coach coming in, completely revamped the offense. What have you seen from the Bobcats on the offensive side of the football that is obviously much different from the last few years?
Well, they're running the spread. They got Coach Bro that came over from LCM. He was their offensive coordinator. He was also the offensive coordinator for Westbrook. For Coach Peavy, before they went to LCM, they went to the state championship game, lost to Longview. So he's an excellent football coach and knows how to spread it out. He's also a really good offensive line coach too, and I think he kind of took over the offensive line after week 2 maybe. And so I mean, their offensive line, they're probably the best in the district as far as staying on blocks. But what he's got over there, I mean, Orangefield, they always kind of had this persona. They don't have any speed, and that's why they're used to run the slot T and all that type of stuff. But they were, Smalley was always lying because they got the speed. They are the fastest kids in the district, especially the last few years. The Miller kid, number 2, the running back, he's a junior, but as a sophomore last year, he was the 100 meters champion in our district, and he's a fantastic running back. But they're a dangerous offense, and once they get going, they're kind of like us. They got some weapons at different places. They got a tall quarterback, young quarterback, but he can run, and he finds the open receiver very, very well, and just runs the offense very well.
On the defensive side of the football, what are you going to have to do against the Bobcat defense tonight to put some points up?
Well, Orangefield, what they do, they are very sound, and they're going to read the quarterback. Their quarterback's dropping back. They're spot droppers, and they do a great job. What I mean by spot droppers, that means the linemen are rushing, but the linebackers are dropping and walling off the number 2 receiver, trying to go vertical. You got the corners out there reading number 1, what he does. If he goes deep, he's got him. If he goes inside, he's looking for number 2 coming out. They do a really good job of covering all those areas, and so they don't give you too many holes. There's some holes out there, but you got to be able to find the holes so the receivers can kind of break inside and sit down in the open area. And a lot of times they take away the deep stuff, especially down the middle. There's some things you can do. You kind of know how they're going to drop. I mean, you can take your number 2 receiver and run a curl right in front of that safety, and he'll bite. And what we're looking for there is if he bites on the curl route right in front of me, the number 1 outside receiver, he's going to run a post over the top. Mm-hmm. So little things like that, and that's what we've been working on all week, and Brady's real good at that, and hopefully if we hit some time, we'll be able to hit some of those shots.
Keys to victory in tonight's ball game, Coach?
We can't give them opportunities like we did Kirbyville last week. Kirbyville, they just weren't a good enough team, to be honest, to take advantage of those opportunities that we gave them, and if you did do that to teams like Orangefield, they're going to make you pay. Hardin a few weeks ago gave them opportunities, gave Orangefield opportunities, and Orangefield took advantage of it, and Orangefield ended up blowing them out. Because I believe Hardin's a really good football team, and but it just got away from them. They're just really disciplined, and they don't make mistakes. And if you do make mistakes, they're going to capitalize. So, we got to limit our turnovers and just don't make any stupid penalties and give them an extra possession.
All right, Coach. Well, as always, we appreciate the time before the ball game, and best of luck in tonight's contest.
Thank you, Alex.
Head coach Greg Neese of the Anahuac Panthers, as we'll be back with more on the Gore Propane pregame show after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Gore Propane, family owned and operated by Jimmy and Renee Gore, has been servicing chambers in surrounding counties since 1998. Gore Propane is the go-to company for all your propane needs, offering competitive pricing on tank sales, lease, residential, and commercial propane sales and bottling. They also offer automatic route and will call propane delivery for your convenience. Senior and veterans discounts available. Call Gore Propane today at 409-389-2245. Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Services, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Coastal Field Services, The Crawfish Hideaway, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Your Propane, Jerry's Oysters, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Swanky Insurance Agency, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac.
Alex Outram back on the Gore Propane pregame. Back here on the Gore Propane pregame show as we are getting set here for kickoff in tonight's ball game. But before that, looking more towards the Panthers, head coach Craig Neese, highlighted on what he liked last week, what he didn't like. And there was a lot of things to like last week in the victory against Kirbyville.
There really was. I mean, they opened up district play last week against Kirbyville, kind of bouncing back after taking one on the chin in week 4 versus Lutheran South. The Panthers looked to be back in sync last week, posting 591 yards of total offense against Kirbyville, 194 yards rushing and 397 yards through the air. They'll have to keep that momentum tonight and be certainly aggressive if they want to get their first win in over Orangefield since 2018. And an interesting stat for the all-time record of Anahuac versus Orangefield. Anahuac is 15-16 versus the Bobcats all time, dating back to 1940. They have not beat them in the Neese era so far, and Anahuac is only 2-15 versus the Bobcats since 1978.
Yeah, so, and we've seen the different type of offenses. Head coach Jeff Smiley out there for quite some time, and just always reloaded with good athletes. But, this is a game that Anahuac is going to have to take tonight. We talked about it a little bit in the opening, where there's multiple TV stations here. This game has gotten a lot of pub about the importance in this district. And, depending on how some talk about it, there's some who are looking at this as a possible district champion elimination.
And it could be this week against Orangefield, next week for the Swamp Bowl against East Chamber. These are two pivotal games, and tonight it all starts. If you want to, you don't want to leave it up to chance, right? As far as this district is concerned, you want to control your destiny, and the Panthers and Orangefield both want to get this W here tonight so that it just gets them closer and closer to that number 1 seed coming out of District 10 3A. Looking at the Panthers offense, 2,282 total yards this season. 1,621 yards of that passing. That definitely leads the district. So does the total yards. 661 yards on the ground. They're averaging 456 yards per game, and they're averaging also 41.2 points per game, one of the highest numbers in the area.
And that's all headed by the junior quarterback, Brady Barrier, who bounced back last week and had a fantastic game.
Yeah, he did. And, Neese touched on it. He's 101 for 144 with over 1,600 yards passing, 17 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Unfortunately, 3 of those coming against Lutheran South a couple of weeks ago, a 71% completion percentage and a 129 passer rating. He's being very, very intelligent back there whenever he drops back to pass, to say the least. But his favorite target so far this season, and there's plenty of them, starts with Talon Cunningham. The senior wide receiver has 29 receptions, 489 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's averaging almost 17 yards a catch. But you've also got Logan Trotter, who made a great return against Lutheran South.
No, Logan Trotter came back, shook off the rust, and really made some outstanding plays. He and Barrier, seem to be on the same page more times than not. Of course, Trotter being the quarterback last year, transitioning to wide receiver this year, and has definitely shown off his prowess as a wide receiver.
Yeah, Trotter with 17 receptions, 372 yards through the air on his receptions, 4 touchdowns, 21.88 yards per catch. And then you've also got Quandre Coates, who had a kind of a breakout game last week against Kirbyville. He's got 26 receptions, 312 yards, 5 touchdowns. He's averaging 12 yards a catch. And then you've got Oscar the Magic Man Garza, who's really been instrumental working out of the slot with 18 receptions, 336 yards, 3 touchdowns, averaging almost 19 yards a catch. Interesting note to make about these 4 receivers. They rank 1, 2, 4, and 5 in the district. So they're occupying 4 of the top 5 spots in receiving in this district this year. As far as the running attack goes, Thomas DeLo leads the way, 311 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's averaging almost 6 yards per carry, but he's also got 9 receptions for 91 yards.
Defensive side of the football last week, the Panthers seemed to really clamp down. Even when things weren't going well to open the ball game, they were still holding strong and playing well. And, we talked about it in the coach's interview, how Quandre Coates and Justin Netterville have kind of funneled everything to Tyler Kelly, and the middle of the defense has absolutely been eating.
Right, and it's really said something in the stats when you start looking at them. They did play a much tighter ball game last week and held Kirbyville to 152 yards, 3 interceptions, 2 of those coming from Trey Smith. And the 1 fumble. This week they'll face a much better running game than I think that they've seen all season long. As mentioned earlier, the Anahuac defense will have to contain those edges in the outside and not let Orangefield stretch the field. But if you look at the defense so far this year, 1,149 yards of total offense allowed, 229 yards per game, 9 fumbles, 6 interceptions, and that's a really key one right there. This defense's ability to force turnovers, and they're also allowing 20.8 points per game, and it all starts with their leader on the field, the leader in tackles for the district, Tyler Kelly. He's got 80 of them, 16 of them for a loss, 4 quarterback hits, 3 sacks, and you mentioned Justin Netterville, 33 tackles for him, 4 of them for a loss, 3 quarterback hits. Caden Campbell has 35 tackles, 3 for a loss, 3 quarterback hits, and a sack. One of those sacks coming last week against Kirbyville. Jesse Wilcox is another one that has 28 tackles, 5 quarterback hits. But as you mentioned earlier, Darius Richardson getting to the quarterback more times. I think he's got 9 quarterback hits leading this district and getting in the backfield and hitting that quarterback as they're trying to move around and make those throws. But Trey Smith, Talon Cunningham, and Oscar Garza all with 2 interceptions each.
Yeah, the skill positions on both sides of the ball, and this is one of the most talented football team the Panthers have ever had. And this game tonight is going to be a stepping stone into the rest of district play. If they come out here, they can put the rest of 10-3A on notice that this is the Panthers division to win, and this can jumpstart them into the next few weeks as we head into the UIL playoffs.
Definitely that, and we want to make sure that we shout out Gore Propane for sponsoring tonight's pregame show. Thank you, and visit Gore Propane there in Wallaceville, Texas, for all your propane needs. And we'll go down to the field for the national anthem.
Most of the players on the field tonight either played for Coach Bourne or played against his teams when they were in middle school. May Coach Perry and Coach Bourne continue to live on through the actions of those that they have influenced. And now for a moment of silence in memory of Coach Bob Perry and Coach T. John Bourne. Thank you. Now the student-led prayer.
Father in heaven, we ask your blessing on the game we are playing. Give each one of us the courage to play this game in a manner which by our words and our actions is pleasing to you. Let us enter into this competition in a spirit of sportsmanship and with the respect for the members of the opposing team. each one of us, especially the coaches, officials, parents, and players. Keep us under the protection of your Son, Jesus Christ, and keep us aware of His presence with us in this game. Amen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll return to the south end of the field for the raising of the flag by FFA members Paisley Wells, Kendall Hutchins, and Shane Rakestraw, and the playing of our national anthem.
Pride of Anahuac with tonight's rendition of the national anthem. Always doing a fantastic job there. Captains meeting at center field. Quandre Coates, Tyler Kelly, Brady Barrier, and Thomas De La O, the captains for the Panthers. For the Bobcats, it's like Ty Butler, Carson Gonzalez, trying to see. Now the two are blocked pretty well. Doing the coin flip at midfield. Want to thank Gore Propane for their sponsorship of tonight's pregame show as we are getting set for game time here from Kyle White Stadium. The Bobcats have won the toss, and they have elected to defer, so the Panthers will start the ball game receiving the football, and we are set to go. Anahuac in their home all-black uniforms, gold numerals, gold lettering, black helmets, gold AP logo on the side of their helmet. As for Orangefield, they're in their orange trousers, white jerseys, orange numerals, white helmets with their orange logo. Want to welcome everybody into tonight's broadcast, as should be a good one.
The first quarter is sponsored by Farm Bureau. Barrett Stevenson, agency manager, local agents, Megan Doucette.
Setting back deep for the Panthers is going to be Oscar Garza and Daytwan Doity. Handling the kicking duties is Butler as he gets it end over end, will come down to the 15, bobbled, and finally jumping on it at the 21-yard line is Doity. Did not make that same mistake that they made last week and was able to contain the football as they'll set up shop at their own 21-yard line to begin the ball game.
All right, maybe I got some of the kinks worked out. I had to run upstairs real quick and ask the coaches up there to not lean up against our camera. I'm sure that we're good now.
Barrier fakes the handoff, delivers to Coates. Coates is going to take it to the 30. It's going to be a pickup of 9, second down and 1.
So right off the bat, picking up 8.
Barrier, handoff, Dalo around the left side, gets the first down and a few more. Give him a pickup of 5, move the chains, first down.
And if you're just noticing and just joining us here tonight, we got a second camera going on. Hopefully I can switch back and forth without it being too annoying.
Pitch right, Dalo is going to move it forward for a couple. We'll bring up second down and 8. And we had kind of touched on the game that Coates had last week. But really, for the first time this week, you know, in games that we've seen a lot, we've seen Quandre look about like a man amongst boys, and he looked like that last week.
Last week he did.
Barrier was delivering it, and he was bowling over anybody in front of him. Snap back, quick toss, the blitz, and is going to bat it down for Orangefield. That was Caleb Menard, the junior, the outside linebacker, who got pressure and batted that back in Barrier's face.
Yeah, it's an excellent heads-up play there by the linebacker to get into the backfield and jump all over it, batting it away.
So third down and 8. Opening drive of the ball game. Anahuac moving left to right as you look to your screens. Fakes the handoff, quick toss, Garza at the 40, going to fight his way forward. He's going to come up about 2 yards short after the pickup of 5.
So decision time. 4th and short. Have to get to the 45. They're going to keep the offense on the field.
4th down and 2. Trips to the far side from the near hash. Are they trying to draw Orangefield offside? Still plenty of time on the play clock. 15 seconds remain. We'll see if they'll give it another try to get them to jump offside. They run the play. Quick toss. Garza on the screen, and he's going to be bottled up for a loss of 1, and that's going to be a turnover on down.
Yeah, that's a huge play for the Orangefield defense to turn the ball over in Panther territory, and now they'll see if they can't do something with it.
So the slow starts have been a bugaboo for the Panthers. And it kind of continues this evening, turning the ball over on the first drive of the ball game. First down and 10 from the Panther 44-yard line. Handoff, Manning looking around the right side is going to break a tackle. Should only have about a pickup of 1. No, they're going to give them
maybe 2.
2. Out of the gun. It's going to be a free play, and they're going up top looking for the man downfield, in and out of the hands, but it was a free play against the Panthers.
Yeah, drew him offsides. There was, I thought maybe that Orangefield moved a little bit first there, but I guess not. Panthers dropping offside. We'll see what
the line judge has his hat off, which signifies a penalty. So this could be offsetting penalties.
It's nice having that second camera zoomed in there for the conversations.
AnahuacSportsLive is broadcasting on their YouTube channel.
Still kind of talking about it down there, waiting to figure out what it is. Unsportsmanlike
That's not good.
against the Panthers as well. So that one will hurt. And that will give the automatic first.
So they'll decline the 5-yard and they'll accept the 15-yard. Moves the ball to the 26-yard line. First down of the evening for the Bobcats. The sophomore quarterback, Carson Gonzalez, with his wide receivers Kyler Green, Zach Morrow, and Nick Rogers, a couple of seniors in that wide receiving crew. Bobcats moving right to left, handoff Manning right side is going to be met quickly. We'll still get about 2. We'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
I mean, aside from the penalties, the Anahuac Panther defense has done a good job of containing Manning so far. I mean, not a whole lot to go on yet, but only a couple at a time.
Clock rolling, under 10 minutes here in the first quarter. Switches Manning over to the left side. Had false start. I don't see any flags down. He's going downfield. It's going to be overthrown. Most of the Anahuac coaching staff saw what I saw.
Yeah, there was definitely some movement. However, brings up the 3rd down.
No harm, no foul, per se. We'll bring up 3rd down and 8. First 3rd down of the ball game for the Bobcats. Out of the gun, 3 wide from the far hash. Sets back, delivers, caught at the 15 and tackled down at the 14. It's going to be a 10-yard pickup as the completion goes tomorrow, moves the chains, first down.
Orangefield on a roll here so far, getting in a good rhythm offensively, looking to capitalize on the turnover on downs.
First down and 10 inside the Panther red zone. This will be the 5th play of the drive. Manning straight up the gut, fighting his way forward, still fighting his way forward, pushing the scrum, and what should have been a 4-yard gain turns into a gain of 11 and a first down.
Let's see if we can't go back to that before they run another play here. But Manning, a good effort there to push the pile forward. Hit by a couple of Anahuac Panthers, able to still put his hand down to keep himself up.
It's the Wilcox Drugstore for sponsoring our instant replay cam tonight. Now it's Manning out of the Wildcat formation. He's going to keep it himself straight up the middle. It's going to get met by a host of defenders. He's keeping the legs churning, and he's going to get into the end zone on the 2nd effort from 3 yards out. Touchdown, Bobcats.
And again, another 2nd effort by Manning to get into the end zone this time, as the Anahuac Panther front wasn't able to hold on, and it results in 6 points for the Bobcats.
Just like that, the Bobcats strike first. Butler to tack on the point after. High snap, gets it down, gets it up, and it is good. So with 8:41 here in the first quarter, the Bobcats have struck first. They now lead at 7-0. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Building a new home? Does your driveway need a long overdue facelift? Or are you just looking to finally get that lot cleared to build something great? Look no further. Trust the locally owned and operated professionals at Title Services Incorporated. No need to hire multiple contractors. Title Services does all phases of residential and commercial land clearing, house pads, ponds, dirt and rock delivery, and demolition. Call for a free estimate today at 409-267-1057 or visit them on Facebook at Title Services Inc. From custom processing, professional guided hunts, high tanning, and gator merchandise, Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm offers a personal experience like no other. Locally owned and operated in Anahuac, Texas since 1987, Porter's has been Southeast Texas' choice for any hunting adventure need. Now offering full-service processing of gator, deer, sheep, hogs, and other wild game. Make Porter's Processing this.
Butler has it teed up at the 40. Pooch kick is going to fall to the 32, taken there, and is going to get forward to about the 35. That'll be first down and 10 as the Panthers start their second drive. 6 plays, drove 43 yards, took a minute 40 off the clock. Manning from 3 yards out on the rush. The point after was good, making your score 7-0.
On the channel marker 17 scoreboard.
Can you see the logo?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to make out.
Second possession of the ball game for the Panthers. Barrier, hands off to, that's De La O fighting his way forward, keeping the legs churning. Going to pick up 4. Brings up second down and 6.
No, the Panthers choosing to keep it more on the ground here tonight.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Barrier under center. As they'll have Cunningham in the backfield.
Kind of a wing T formation.
End around going to Garza. Garza is going to be met in the backfield. He's going to lose a yard, and that's going to bring up third down and 7.
So we saw them working Garza and running that end around quite a bit last week. Nothing doing on that particular play. 3rd and long now for the Panthers.
4 wide. From the near hash, Barrier under pressure, rolling. Is going to get caught from behind and dropped. He had nowhere to go downfield. That's going to be a coverage sack. And a loss of 5. And the Panthers are going to have to punt.
So 2 possessions. And the Panthers have yet to get anything going on the offensive side.
Dalo set back to handle the punting duties. Good snap. Gets the punt away. High punt. Is going to take a Panther bounce. Is going to roll from the 35 down to inside the 20 and will come to rest at the 19 for the Bobcats' second possession of the ball game. And very quickly, this has become an important defensive stance here for the Panthers.
Yeah, early on in the ball game, I mean, you're at this point, you can kind of feel how it's going to have to go, points for these two teams. Both of them wanting it super badly, and yeah, like you said, it's super important for the Anahuac Panther defense to hold them to not score any points on this possession, get the ball back, and try to get something going on the offensive side.
Gonzalez will bring his offense back onto the field for the Bobcats. 3 wide from the near hash. Handoff. Manning straight up the middle is going to find his way forward. He's going to pick up 3. Give him. They're going to spot it in between the hash. So give him 3 on the carry. Brings up second down and 7. Some early action here around the area. Some big games. Barbers Hill leading Baytown Sterling 23-0. Ball up on Port Arthur Memorial 21-10. Fakes the handoff, throws it up for grabs. It's going to be pulled down across midfield and pushed out of bounds. A pickup of 30. Give them 31.
Let's see if we can go back to it before they run another play. They're trying to hurry back up to the line, waiting for the chains to move. As you can see here, kind of lobbing it up, faking the handoff under pressure, but just a couple of steps on Quandre Coates over there to get and pull it down for the big gain. Flag on the play.
Takes the handoff. Manning is going to be pulled down from behind after a pickup of 1. We'll see what the laundry is.
It was before the snap, or right at the snap.
And they're going to call it a false start. First penalty of the ball game against the Bobcats will go for a loss of 5, brings up first down and 15 back into Bobcat territory.
Yeah, definitely some big games going on around the area. That Port Neches Groves and Huntsville game is a big one.
So first down and 15. Panthers looking to blitz. Send men up the middle as Manning's going to pick up 1. We'll bring up second down and 14.
Yeah, much better coverage up front there by the Panthers. You said they brought the blitz and blocked up and plugged up those holes, and Manning didn't have anywhere to go.
From the near hash, it's Gonzalez out of the gun, offset to his right by Manning. Sets back. Has time. Looking downfield, has a man. Great coverage downfield.
Yeah.
As in on that coverage for the Panthers was Jason Nelson.
Yeah, he turned his head around right there at the end to make a good read on that pass just as it came in and got a hand in on it. So great coverage there by Nelson to bring up a 3rd and long for Orangefield.
Yeah, so many times you'll see defenders face shield the receiver and not turn around to make a play on the ball, and that'll be a penalty. Nelson played that perfectly, turned back around and played it great. 3rd down and 14.
And Orangefield passing more than we thought they would here tonight so far in this football game.
Rolling right, Gonzalez looking downfield. Stop and throw is going to be short and incomplete, and that will bring up 4th down.
They'll definitely punt it away here, so a big break for the Panthers. However, the Orangefield Bobcats punt team will try to pin them deep.
Butler handling the punting duties. Great punt is going to bounce at the 6. Almost took a Bobcat roll towards the sideline, but it did get into the end zone, so that will be a touchback. And that was actually Menard on, that's a funny looking 9. The numbers are a little bit odd on their jerseys, but yeah, that's number 9. That was Menard on the punt.
It was an excellent punt. I mean, it bounced. We thought it was going to go sideways there right at the 1. Unfortunately for Bobcats, but fortunately for the Panthers, it did not. So it'll bring it out to the 20, and the Panthers will have to march 80 yards to try and put some points here on the board with 5:05 remaining in the first.
Yeah, the offense has just looked a little bit discombobulated. They're going to need to all get on the same page and get some continuity going. Quick toss is going to be batted down at the line of scrimmage. They were trying to go to Coates. Batted down, 2nd down.
And you can tell that this Orangefield defense, I think that they've kind of prepared for that this week. Every single one of them getting their hands up at the line of scrimmage just right when Brady's getting ready to pass the football, and that's the second one that has been batted down here tonight.
2nd down and 10. Clock stopped with 5 minutes exactly here in the first quarter. Quick stop, looking for Trotter. Delivering downfield, has him. It's going to be incomplete as it's going to bounce off of the back of the defender, Styles Spurlock, the senior for the Bobcats. And just like that, 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, well covered there by Spurlock. Also getting turned around on it at the last second to get, just kind of bounced off of him. But still, kind of Trotter had to hold up there to wait on that particular pass.
It's a long developing as Trotter stops, waits for the defender to bite, and then goes. But the defender really never bit, so there wasn't too much separation on the play. And we're going to have a timeout called by Greg Neese and the Panthers. We'll take it with them. 4:52 remaining in the first quarter. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Since 1948, Wilcox Drug Store has been the Anahuac area's most experienced and trusted pharmacy. Continuing its long-lasting reputation for personal attention to all your medical needs, Wilcox Drug Store offers counsel, refills, transfers, compounding, flu shots, and delivery. Visit pharmacist Dave Wilcox and his experienced staff today at 1208 Miller Street in Anahuac or call 409-267-6141. Wilcox Drug Store, delivering solutions, delivering confidence. Swanky Insurance in Anahuac, Texas is dedicated to community and service. That includes saving you money. With access to over 30 carriers, Swanky Insurance will give the personal attention that you deserve and tailor any policy specifically to your needs. From home, auto, flood, and windstorm, they are the one-stop insurance agency. Call agent and owner Todd Swanky to get your no-obligation cost-saving quote today at 409-267-3115.
That's SwankyInsurance.com.
Third down and 10. Barrier sets back under pressure and it's going to be taken down for the second sack of the evening. And he is frustrated on the loss of 7.
And as well as he should be. Good penetration up front by the Orangefield Bobcats. The linebackers, as we talked about in the pregame show, a very good core of them back there for the Bobcats, getting into the backfield and shooting those gaps on the blitz, getting to Barrier, and definitely Barrier's frustrated. I mean, you can tell.
Delo on the Panther goal line to handle the punting duties. Good snap.
Oh,
Just a sky-high punt, not far at all. It's going to bounce at the 25 and take a Bobcat bounce and will be downed at the 21. Not what the Panthers needed.
definitely not. And kind of uncharacteristic of Delo. When he's taking care of those punts, we see him do a very good job of getting it back and, kind of flipping the field. But that one went straight up in the air and straight back down.
So for the second time out of 3 possessions here in the first quarter, the Bobcats are going to be set up in great field position, this time just a yard outside of the red zone. Panthers relying on the defense once more. From the near hash. Handoff, fakes it, delivers, is going to be incomplete, too high for the intended receiver.
And flag comes out.
And the Panthers are starting to get frustrated as well. There's a Bobcat offensive lineman without his helmet, and I have a feeling this is going to be a personal foul against the Panthers.
Yeah, I think you're right. Unsportsmanlike against the Panthers. And another
second unsportsmanlike conduct against the Panthers.
Yep.
2 penalties, 30 yards against the Panthers. Moves the chains for the Bobcats. From the 12, handoff, Manning straight up the middle is going to get met and dropped. As it was Netterville and Richardson there tag teaming the tackle.
Number 2, Manning on the carry. Number 3, Netterville leading the stop. Gain of less than a yard. Second down.
Second down and 9 from the 11. Gonzalez looks right, throws right, has a man, caught, breaks a tackle, doesn't break a second one, is going to pick up 8.
Just shy of the first down. They have to get down to the 2 to get it.
Third down and 1. Tush push is going to push across the 2 to the 1 to get the first down.
It is placed at the 2 and a first down signal indicated. So first and goal for the Bobcats. And they are threatening to go up 2 scores here early in the football game.
7th first down in the first quarter for the Bobcats, as they are 2 yards from pay dirt. First and goal from the 2. Handoff, Manning pushes his way forward into the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats.
Another good series of play for the Orangefield Bobcats, marching it down after getting great field position off of that short punt that was made by the Panthers earlier, and getting into the end zone once again, and they'll set it up for the point after.
Snap back, the kick is up for Butler, and the kick is good. So with 2:17 remaining in the first quarter, the Bobcats have hit pay dirt for the second time. They lead at 14-0. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Want to know Anahuac's best kept secret? The Crawfish Hideaway is just that. From fresh Cajun boiled crawfish, shrimp, snow crab, and even homemade gumbo. While you're there, be sure to try their famous fried gator bites or boudin egg rolls. Starting in December, come get your bug on at 400 Miller Street in Anahuac, 409-267-6060, or you can find them online at crawfishhideaway.com. The Crawfish Hideaway, proud supporters of Anahuac ISD and Panther Athletics. Coastal Field Services, Southeast Texas' go-to company for right-of-way mowing, land clearing, site preparation, industrial commercial herbicide application, and industrial commercial site ground maintenance. No matter what your property maintenance or clearing needs are, you can rely on the professionals at Coastal Field Services. For more information, call 832-900-9800, or you can visit them at coastalfieldservicesllc.com.
Pooch kick is going to fall to the 26.
Dillo trying to do something with it, going nowhere.
You're going to give him forward progress to, looks like the 29. 4 plays, drove 21 yards, 1:48 off the clock. Manning had a 2-yard rushing touchdown. The point after was good. Your new score, 14-0 Bobcats on your channel marker 17 scoreboard.
So the Panthers' third possession, looking to answer.
Three wide. Sends Garza in motion. Quick toss. Trotter is going to have it for 12. And that'll move the chains for a first down. Give him 13.
And I mentioned it earlier, they're going to have to go to that little, pitch and catch out in the flat or right around the numbers and get 5, 6, 7 yards at a time, and they got a good gain out of that one.
DeLo moves in motion. Quick toss off the fingertips of DeLo. And they are very lucky that was not called a backwards pass.
Yeah, very lucky, and It was close. It was close to being a lateral, but nonetheless, marked it incomplete, bring up second down and 10. Good crowds tonight on both sides. One of the probably a few times that I've seen that visitor side so full, but a good showing here in Anahuac on the home side as well.
Barrier under pressure, rolls right. He's going to keep it himself. Tries to make a move, is going to pick up a couple extra yards from behind. They're going to give him 5. We'll bring up third down and 5. 0 for 3 on third down this evening.
Being put under pressure a lot here tonight. His Barrier almost caught from behind there toward the end of that play. He was lucky to get 5 out of it.
Third down. Scoreboard's gone off. Quick pass is going to be caught and complete to Trotter. He's going to have enough for the first down on the pickup of 7.
Again, that little short 6-yard pass working now. And the Panthers seem to get something here going on their third possession of the ball game. 1:04 remaining here in the first quarter.
Third first down of the ball game for the Panthers. First time in Bobcat territory at their 45 from the near half. Barrier out of the gun, under pressure, trying to avoid it, and he cannot. He's going to get sacked for the third time this evening. And that one's going to be a big one. That's a loss of 8.
Pass protection breaking down up front for the Panthers. They're going to have to try and figure something out to keep these linebackers from getting into the backfield and getting penetration up front.
Second down and long. The Panthers don't have to run another play before the end of the first quarter if they want to talk about this. Ten seconds on the game clock. Barrier rolling left. Quasi option is going to pitch it, and
oh man, another dangerous play.
That was dangerous. Was going to pick up. Where are they going to mark it? They mark it back at the 49, back at the line of scrimmage.
I think he picked up at least a couple.
Yeah, we'll get that figured out. The sirens go off, and that's the end of the first quarter. We'll come back to start the second quarter with third down and long. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Jerry's Oysters is a 3-generation family-owned and operated business located on Galveston Bay since 1970. Offering fresh, hand-shucked, and in-shell oysters year-round, Jerry's Oysters are available at your local H-E-B, or you can make a visit to their location in Smith Point, Texas. Locally sourced, high-quality, wild-caught, where our world is your oyster. For more information, call 409-355-2243 or go to jerrysoysters.com. Gore Propane, family owned and operated by Jimmy and Renee Gore, has been servicing chambers in surrounding counties since 1998. Gore Propane is the go-to company for all your propane needs, offering competitive pricing on tank sales, lease, residential, and commercial propane sales and bottling. They also offer automatic route and will call propane delivery for your convenience. Senior and veterans discounts available. Call Gore Propane today at 409-389-2245.
Welcome back here to the start of the second quarter.
Want to shout out the first quarter sponsor, Anahuac Florist, 409-267-3875. You can visit them at AnahuacFlorist.com. Appreciate Anahuac Florist for definitely sponsoring that first quarter as we move into the second here at Kyle Stadium, where the Orangefield Bobcats lead at 14-0.
Third down and 16. Barrier sets back under duress, rolling right. Looking downfield, he has to throw it away. Punting unit will come on for the Panthers.
Multiple times we've seen Barrier having to scrum out of the pocket, and making him feel uncomfortable is this Orangefield defense. And the Panthers will have no choice but to punt it away once again.
Delo back deep to handle the punt. Much better this time. No real hang time on it, but a good distance as it's going to be touched by the Panthers at the Orangefield 15. And that is where the next possession will start. Two for three. Scoring for the Bobcats. This is their worst starting position of the ball game. And if the Panthers can shut them down, they can try to flip the field here and get the Panthers offense started off in some better field position. First down and 10 for the Bobcats. Now moving left to right here in the second quarter. Handoff Manning, gets by Coates, has a seam, 20, 25, it breaks another tackle, 30, heading to the sideline, finally gets knocked out of bounds at the 33-yard line, but not before he's able to pick up 18 yards.
Breaking multiple tackles there was Manning. As we go back to the Wilcox Drugstore instant replay before they snap this next football. Multiple Panthers making that move to the inside on Coates there was big, getting away from that one on the heels and then pushed out of bounds there toward the end. So good chunk play. There's biggest of the night for Manning.
First down and 10, fakes the handoff to Manning. Looking downfield, throwing downfield, has a man down the seam. It's going to be incomplete. Staying step for step with him there was Trey Smith.
Very surprised how much Orangefield has went to the air tonight. That is not necessarily their MO so far this season. As I was watching tape, they only threw the ball a handful of times during a football game, and they mostly kept it on the ground. So it's pretty surprising.
3 for 8 so far in the evening for the Bobcats for 49 yards. Second down and 10. Yeah, the Bobcats want to get into second and short, third and short with their running game. Sprints left, throws, has it complete, breaks the tackle at the 50, down the sideline he goes, 40, 30, 20, finally getting taken down deep in Panther territory.
And there it is, that pass play once again, and I'll wait to go to that replay as they rush back to the line, and they're in Panther territory now.
47 yards. I didn't see the number on the receiver.
And I did not catch it either. Number 11 is on the far side down there currently. Wasn't sure if that was him or not.
Manning will push his way forward for a yard.
See if I can go back to the replay to catch the number for sure. But having a step on the defender.
Ten,
yep, is the number.
Yeah, that's what I'm
finally caught from behind by Coates down there as we go back down to the field.
Set 67 yards on 3 receptions for Morrow. Handoff. Straight up the middle. And getting taken down after a pickup of 6 is Manning. Gives him 11 carries for 50 yards. Brings up third down. Third down and 4. Quickly draws the Panthers off sides. It's going to be a first down either way. Throws it up for grabs. It's going to be incomplete. But that's going to move the chains on drawing the Panthers off sides again.
Well, it could be first down and goal now for the Bobcats.
Just like you said, first down and goal from the 9, 10th first down of the ball game for the Bobcats. 9:51 remaining in the first half. Manning fighting his way forward. Pick up a 4, brings up second down. Second down and goal. Manning once more is going to get dropped in the backfield. They sent a run blitz and it worked. Was that Coates?
And it was Quandre Coates on the big stop. Bring up third down. So third and goal from the 5.
Loss of 3 on the play.
Lucia.
Jose Lucia.
Yeah.
Checking into the ball game. Gonzalez under pressure, rolling right, gets it away, and it's going to be incomplete. And that'll bring it 4th down and goal. So the special teams coming on for the Bobcats to make this score or this lead a little bit larger. Ty Butler handling the kicking duties for the Bobcats. Snap back. The kick is up. And the kick is good. So with 8:28 remaining here in the first half, the Bobcats extend their lead by 3. They now lead at 17-0. Back after this on Anahuac Sports.
Mouth-watering burgers, fresh local seafood, and so much more. Make Channel Marker 17 the destination to satisfy any appetite. At the mouth of Double Bayou on beautiful Trinity Bay, take in the great views dining outside by the water while enjoying a great meal with the family. Takeout and dine-in is available. Call 409-252-4370 and find out why Channel Marker 17 is the treasure of Oak Island.
Back here on Anahuac Sports Live, Trent Hart, Alex Outram, Kyla Hart, and Shane Rakestraw down there operating the second camera. Let us know how everything looks in the chat. We want to know what that second camera looks like, if y'all are enjoying it or not. Love interacting with each and every one of you. Appreciate you tuning in on whatever platform you are tuning in on. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like button and subscribe.
Pooch kick coming to the near side at the 27, taken across the 30-35. And the Panthers will set up shop at the 36-yard line. 7 plays, the Bobcats drove 80 yards and capped the drive with a Ty Butler 23-yard field goal, making the score 17-0 on the Channel Marker 17 scoreboard.
Yeah, and if the Panthers want to stay in this football game, the Bobcats, it's been all them so far in this football game, 17-0. And, it's if they want to stay in it, they've got to score on this possession and try to get the ball back before the end of the half.
Barrier out of the gun, looking downfield, quick toss, right side, caught. And that was
Trotter, I believe.
Pick up a 6, brings up 2nd down and 4.
Just a quick out there to Trotter. Had 2 guys to choose from over there for Brady.
Handoff. Dalo gets crushed in the backfield. Back to the line of scrimmage. But that was
number 9.
Menard.
Menard with the big hit.
And just like that, third down and 6.
3rd and 4.
Yes, that was a reception of 4th. Math is hard. 7:35 and counting here in the first half. Panthers are 1 for 5 on 3rd down this evening. Barrier looking left, going through his progressions, under duress and sacked for the 4th time this evening. 3rd time on 3rd down.
Slow to get up is Barrier, as he was kind of horse collared there, brought down by the pads. And I know that one definitely did not feel good.
So 3 and out here for the Panthers. for the third time out of 5 possessions. A very
happy.
A very quiet Anahuac Panther home side. Low snap, gets the punt off. End over end is going to bounce at the 36 and take a huge Panther bounce inside the 15 and down to the 12-yard line. And that is where Orangefield will have their second possession here of the second quarter. Make sure you stick around for the halftime show. Want to thank our second quarter sponsor, Anahuac National Bank. 801 Ross Sterling. You can reach him at 409-267-3106 or on the web, anbank.net. Out of the gun is Gonzalez, hands it off. Manning fighting his way forward, dragging the pile with him, keeping the legs churning. And that's going to turn a pickup of 3 or 4 into a pickup of 7. Second down and 3. Halftime. Five and a half and counting here in the first half. Want everybody to stick around for the Swanky Insurance halftime show. We'll go over scores from around the area. Stats as we have them. Manning fighting his way forward.
Still on his feet.
Still on his feet. Some sort of balance for that kid. Picks up the first down and more.
Well, it's just the second effort out of Manning that is impressive. I mean, he gets hit 3 or 4 times, manages to still stay on his feet and churning his way forward there. Another for a big gain. And the Panthers just having a hard time bringing him down.
Pick up a 19, 15 carries, 78 yards. Fakes the handoff, delivers downfield, caught at the markers. We'll see where they mark him.
I think he did well. Might be a tad short. I thought he caught it and got the first, but apparently he didn't. Bring up second down and 1.
Pick up a 9. First catch for Nick Rogers this evening. Handoff.
He'll have forward progress to pick it up after the big hit by Tyler Kelly.
Was that Lassay or was that Manning? Yeah. Yeah, that was Lassay.
Orangefield definitely not in a hurry now. Got a comfortable lead here with 4 minutes remaining in the first half.
12th first down.
There it goes.
First down and 10 from the Bobcat 49. Clock rolling under 3:45. They're going to let the play clock run down, or the play clock run down, and they're going to take a timeout. We'll take it with them with 3:43 remaining in the first half. It's all Orangefield 17-0. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Hello, my name is Mark Poggles, and I'm the pastor at Community Christian Fellowship Church in Oak Island, Texas. I would like to personally invite you to join us for Bible study during the week and our church services on Sunday morning. We have a nursery for the little ones, and our church family will greet you with a smile on their face and a loving heart. Come and celebrate with us as we study God's Word and give Him all the praise and thanks He deserves. Hope to see you there. Take care and God bless. Go Panthers.
And want to let everybody know that you can get a special shout out or message live here on the air on Anahuac Sports Live. All you got to do is donate to the channel. Venmo at Anahuac Sports Live, CashApp, $ Anahuac Sports Live, or scan any of the QR codes, including PayPal. We appreciate everybody's donation. As you can tell, we've got a second camera down there looking to go wireless as we get closer and closer to the Texas High School football playoffs. And the technology for that is definitely expensive, so every little contribution helps.
First down and 10 from the Bobcat 49. Fakes the handoff. Gonzalez has a man down the seam. Down the 20 and taken down there. Will be another first down on the pickup of 31. That's Morrow again.
Yeah, and just looking at him the whole way tomorrow, as he was definitely pretty much wide open in the middle of the field as we go back to it, and nobody there to get to him until the very end there. And another big chunk play for the Orangefield Bobcats as they're put in the Panther red zone once again.
13 first downs here in the first half for the Bobcats. From the 20. Handoff. Manning makes a move left side. Going down the sideline. Finally gets pushed out of bounds, but not after he picks up 6. Second down and 4.
Trotter with a big hit over there to push him out of bounds.
Second down and 4. Whistles blow the play dead. We're going to have false start on the Bobcats. Second penalty against the Bobcats for 10 yards. Will set them back second down and 11. We'll push them back to the 21-yard line with exactly 3 minutes before halftime. Would be a great time for one of those Panther turnovers. Gonzalez sets back, looking downfield, has a man open in the end zone. Touchdown from 19 yards out.
We got flags down.
Holding against the offense is going to negate the touchdown.
Ooh, very lucky there for the Panthers.
And that was a timely penalty against the Bobcats, as that's going to set them back even farther. Much more importantly, wipes 6 points off the board. Becomes second down and 19. From the 29 of the Panthers. Gonzalez out of the gun, under pressure, delivers, is caught. That's going to be a pickup of 9. Or give him 8. So that went to Rogers. Third down and 12.
Definitely in the range of Orangefield's kicker. We've seen him make a good one earlier.
There's no shortage of power from the leg of the senior, Ty Butler. Sends the house after Gonzalez, rolling to his right, has a man, is going to be caught and trying to make sure he doesn't get the first down. That's going to be a pickup of 8 as that goes tomorrow.
So bring up 4th and 4. Like I mentioned, definitely in the range for a field goal here.
That puts Morrow over 100 yards receiving, 5 receptions for 106 yards. And the Bobcats are probably going to be happy just taking another 20 seconds off the clock before they call timeout.
That's exactly what they're going to do.
So with a minute 25 remaining before halftime, the Bobcats use their second timeout of the first half. We'll keep it here, and looking at some of the scores, Barbers Hill is all over Baytown Sterling at the half, 44-7. One of the games that we were really interested in this week, PNG taking on Huntsville, and that's been everything it's built to be, 7-7 in the second quarter there.
Yeah, and that Atascocita and that Summer Creek able to shut out every opponent so far this year, as mentioned in the 590N Sports Show podcast. If you haven't got in on that, go check us out. You can go to the 590N Sports Show Facebook page or go to the AnahuacSportsLive Facebook page. We drop those, we record them every Sunday night, drop them on Monday or Tuesdays, and myself, Craig Irwin, Toby Tullis, and a special guest this week, Ashley Elam, will be joining us for the 590N Sports Show podcast.
So Butler on to attempt the field goal. Spotted at the 26, false start or offsides.
What?
And he hooked it.
Was it offsides or was it movement?
It was offsides.
Man, that'll give Orangefield a first down, and the penalties in this ball game are plaguing the Anahuac Panthers.
So it was 4th and 4. He had shanked the field goal, but the penalty gives a first down, 14th first down, and keeps the drive alive with minute 21 remaining before the half.
It looks like the 9.
Spots the ball on the 9, so first down and goal. Wildcat formation. Manning trying to find or make some moves. It's going to get down to the 1. There is a flag down. We'll see what the flag is. Illegal motion. Or illegal shift, rather.
Let everybody know, keep it clean in the chat, please, or you will be removed. Keep it clean in the chat, please.
So sets them back first down and goal to the 14. Fourth penalty for 25 yards against the Bobcats. Ball position in between the hashes. Fakes the handoff, rolls right, delivers into the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats. From 14 yards out, Gonzalez Tomorrow. Butler comes on to tack on the point after. Snap back is low, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with a minute 14 before the half, the Bobcats have struck again. They now lead at 24-0. We'll be back with the conclusion of the first half after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Building a new home? Does your driveway need a long overdue facelift? Or are you just looking to finally get that lot cleared to build something great? Look no further. Trust the locally owned and operated professionals at Title Services Incorporated. No need to hire multiple contractors. Title Services does all phases of residential and commercial land clearing, house pads, ponds, dirt and rock delivery, and demolition. Call for a free estimate today at 409-267-1057 or visit them on Facebook at Title Services, Inc.
As Alex mentioned earlier, stick around for the Swanky Insurance halftime show. We'll have the visiting band, and then right after that, we'll be going over the recap, the stats as we have them, scores from around the area, so you don't want to miss the Swanky halftime show.
Pooch kick is going to fall at the 35, right into the unsuspecting hands of Kelly. He's going to pick up a couple on it. We'll get the ball to the 38. 12 plays, 88 yards at 4:57 off the clock. 14-yard pitch and catch from Gonzalez tomorrow. The point after was good at making the score 24-0 on the Channel Marker 17 scoreboard.
Again, want to shout out the second quarter sponsor, Anahuac National Bank, 801 Ross Sterling in Anahuac, 409-267-3106. You can find them at anbank.net.
First down and 10 from the 38 of the Panthers. Barrier looks right, throws right, has Trotter, is going to run into the back of his own man. We'll get 3, bring up second down and 7. Trotter, the leading receiver for the Panthers, 4 receptions for 29 yards. Quick throw. Cunningham bobbles it, is able to get it, but it's going to be a yard short of the first down. And we're going to have a timeout by the Panthers. After the pickup, the 6 to Cunningham, his first reception of the ball game.
Just shy of the first down. I mean, it's inches. Well, according to the down marker anyway. They might measure this one.
1 for 6 on third downs. Nope, they just flipped it.
Nope, they're going to
move it.
Yep, they're going to move it. First down, Panthers.
So that was actually 7. Fourth first down of the ball game for the Panthers. 1 timeout remaining for Anahuac. You can still work the middle of the field if you need to, if you're the Panthers. You want to try to get some points on the board going into halftime, and the Panthers are deferring. So the Bobcats will get the ball in the second half to start it off. Barrier looks right, throws right. Trotter is going to be dropped, and there might be a late hit on the quarterback.
And that's exactly what it looks like from here. Roughing the passer against Orangefield. That will be an automatic first down for the Panthers.
5th penalty of the ball game against the Bobcats for 40 yards. Moves the chains on the drive. First down and 10 from the Bobcat field position. Looking downfield for Cunningham is going to be overthrown and incomplete.
Yeah, a little miscommunication between Cunningham and Barrier on that play, as that Cunningham wasn't even looking for it to go over his shoulder.
We'll bring up second down and 10. Clock stopped with 30 seconds remaining before halftime. From the near hash, Zalo offset to the right of Barrier. Looking left, goes left. Cunningham has it at the 30, gets pushed out of bounds at the 29. Will be a pickup at 8.
And just shy of the first down.
Second reception for Talon. Barrier looking right, going right, has a man, and it's going to be knocked away
That was just good coverage there by the cornerback for the Orangefield Bobcats, all over Logan Trotter. And it'll bring up a 4th down.
Fourth down and 4. Barrier looking downfield, has Trotter complete for the first down. Panthers will use their last timeout of the first half. No, I'm sorry. They're going to hurry to the line to spike it. And that they do with 11 seconds remaining.
So they'll take some shots at the end zone here. At least probably 2, depending on how much time it takes for Barrier to get the ball out of his hands. And Barrier's still kind of limpy after that horse collar tackle earlier.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 25. Looks left. Delivers in and out of the hands of Cunningham, and it may have been better that way. I don't know if they are able to stop the clock if Cunningham gets tackled in bounds. 3rd down and 10. It would be a 42-yard field goal from where the ball is located right now, and I think that's out of the range.
Definitely out of the range for Garza.
3rd down, Barrier looks left, pumps, going downfield. It's going to be intercepted across the 20, 25, 30. Down the sideline he goes, across midfield.
Got blockers.
Has blockers. The last man to beat is Coates. Coates is trying to get to him, and DeLo is able to get back to him and stop him with no time remaining. Good hustle play to keep him out of the end zone, but a frustrating way to end the first half.
Yeah, almost.
And there is going to be a flag down.
Almost taking it 95 yards to the house off of that interception. DeLo finally able to bring him down to prevent him from getting into the end zone. And we'll see what the flag is.
If this is against the Panthers, would it be an untimed down?
We'll see what the call is. Panthers making their way toward the locker room. Orangefield coach not happy about whatever the call was. What?
It was
so unsportsmanlike
on both teams will offset, and that will be the half. So the first 24 minutes of the ball game is in the books, and Orangefield leads Anahuac 24-0. We'll be back with the halftime show after this, as Swanky Insurance presents our halftime show this evening. After this on Anahuac Sports.
Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Services, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Coastal Field Services, The Crawfish Hideaway, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Your Propane, Jerry's Oysters, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Swanky Insurance Agency, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac.
This halftime show is sponsored by Channel Marine Environment. Please welcome to the award-winning participants. The Sophisticats are led by Captain Blair Butler, First Lieutenant Landry Borchman, Lieutenant Elise Gunter, Lieutenant Joanna Levy, Lieutenant Ty McKnight. Social officers are President Mina Webb, Vice President Lexi Baggett, Secretary Courtney Cross, Historian Michaela Marandino. Sophisticat of the Week last week was Parker Hubert. Sophisticat of the Week this week is Chloe Manuel. The Sophisticats are directed by Tara Greenwood and Lacey Stelly. The Sophisticats would like to thank their titanium sponsors, Olson Engineering, Acadian Pools, and Baby Bobcats.
Now, welcome to the field, the pride of Orangefield, and the award-winning Bobcat Pride Marching Band. The band will now perform for your halftime pleasure. Their UIL show Dreamscapes. Soloists are Jackson Drawdy, Leland Conley, and Drake Saunier, and Abby Campbell. The band is under field direction of drum majors Henry Manchak and Devin Eason. Section of the week are also saxophones. Marcher of the week is Carter Mutson Appleby. Gardener of the week is Madison Tranter.
And welcome back to the Swanky Insurance Halftime Show. Sorry to interrupt the Orangefield band, but we've got stats and a recap of the first half to go over here on Anahuac Sports Live. Appreciate everybody that's tuned in and stayed put for this halftime show. And Alex, I mean, it's been definitely a slow start for the Anahuac Panthers here in the first half, but you can't say that for the Orangefield Bobcats being able to put up 24 points and holding this Panther offense pretty much at bay.
No, we talked about the start issues that the Panthers had coming into this ball game, and then this is a sustained start. I mean, this has been the ball game for them through the first 24 minutes of action, and even down to the last drive of the first half. They started to make some dink and dunk plays here, and as it appears, that is the only way that the Panthers are going to be able to move the ball against the Bobcats. But even then, as they try to go for the end zone, an interception, which almost turned into a pick six at the end of the first half. It was one of the more frustrating halves of football here for the Panthers in this 2024 season.
Definitely that, kind of reminiscent of the Lutheran South game that we saw as the Panthers were able to score at least in that first half, but were down significantly coming back in. And but the credit to the Orangefield Bobcat defense, getting good penetration up front, opening up the holes for their linebackers to get to Brady Barrier, putting him under pressure, making him feel uncomfortable, and it has definitely paid off for him so far in this football game.
Looking at the stats first for the Bobcats, leading rusher in the ball game, Mason Manning. He's got 16 carries for 84 yards. Gonzalez has 1 for 1. I meant to add Mason Manning does have 2 touchdowns as part of those 16 rushes for 84 yards. Lucia has 2 carries for 5 yards. Through the air, and you've mentioned it multiple times, throwing the ball way more than anticipated. 11. Nope, got to do math right. 9 of 15 for 166 yards and a touchdown through the air for Carson Gonzalez, as the sophomore has really looked poised tonight, leading the offense up and down the field, and he's spread the ball out. His favorite receiver has been Morrow, as Morrow has 6 catches for 120 yards and a touchdown, as the timing between Zach Morrow and Carson Gonzalez has been there. Menard has 1 catch for 31, and Nick Rogers has 2 for 17. 5 penalties for 40 yards, have them at 1 for 6 on third down, and 14 first downs in the first half of the ball game. And the Bobcats have really been able to do what they wanted at will. 4 out of 5 possessions they scored in the first half, with that lone possession being a punt, their second possession of the ball game. So they go touchdown, punt, touchdown, field goal, touchdown. And the Panthers defense uncharacteristically having issues shutting down the Bobcat offense.
Yeah, just having no answer for the pass attack that Orangefield has been able to get downfield with all night long, and the excellent second effort running by Manning is also contributing to that. But I think it's their defense really being able to control the line of scrimmage at will and have their way with the Anahuac Panther offensive line is a big key factor as well.
And for those checking in, I did go to Humble High School, so math is not my strong suit.
Numbers are hard.
Numbers are hard. Switching to the Panthers side of the football, leading rusher for the Panthers is Thomas Dalo. He's got 3 carries for 11 yards. Barrier has been under duress and sacked on 4 occasions, as he's at -20. Garza has a carry for -1. Through the air, 10 of 19 for 62 yards and an interception for Brady Barrier. 2 receptions for 15 yards for Talon Cunningham, leading receiver for the Panthers. 5 for 35 for Logan Trotter. Quandre Coates has a reception for 9 yards, and Garza has 2 for 4. 4 penalties for 40 yards against the Panthers, 6 first downs, 1 for 7 on third down, 1 for 2 on fourth down for the Panthers. And when they've tried to get the running game going or tried to get the a deeper passing game going, the Bobcats have just shut them down.
Yeah, just really hasn't been able to get in that rhythm that we always talk about offensively, getting into the backfield and just really creating havoc on barrier, unable to just really set his feet and go to his intended targets as we mentioned. And, I'm sure that there's going to be some adjustments made on the Panthers side. But so far, the Orangefield Bobcats just taking care of business here tonight as they look to roll through the district. And looking at some of the scores from around the area, some games that went final yesterday, North Shore gets over on Humble Kingwood 48-21, a close game that we talked about in the pregame show. The East Chambers Buccaneers defeated the Hardin Hornets 28-22. Watched that game some last night. The Hardin Hornets were actually leading that football game at halftime, and it came down to an onside kick for Hardin to recover the football after they scored and made it close, but it was unable to, and the Buccaneers are able to walk away with that close win over there in a district play. Friendswood is trailing Crosby 21-7. Port Arthur Memorial losing currently in the third quarter to Galveston Ball 34-10. LaPorte is currently leading Humble Kingwood Park 35-0. New Caney Porter and Fort Bend Kempner in a tight one, 9-7. Kempner is leading that one with the start of the fourth quarter over there. The Yoakum Bulldogs are facing the Blanco Panthers. They're leading it 19-11 in favor of Yoakum. Comasnil is just getting blown out by Deweyville 45-0. Conroe Oak Ridge trails the Conroe Tigers 24-7. That goes in favor of my pick'ems. Splendora and New Caney West Fork all knotted up in the third quarter at 21 apiece. Humble Atascocita is having their way with Humble Summer Creek 35-7. West Hardin trailing Evadale 28-18. The Shepherd Pirates and Diboll. Actually, Shepherd is leading this football game surprisingly, 28-14 over the Lumberjacks. Montgomery Bears leading Lake Creek 36-7. We had, did we have that game?
Yes.
In the pick'ems? Everybody, I think, was going Lake Creek in that football game. Kind of a surprise there. They're in the third quarter. Pasadena getting blown out by Angleton 73-0. Willis and Woodlands College Park kind of in a close one, a one possession ball game there at halftime, 21-14. Newton leads New Waverly 36-0 in the third quarter. Beaumont Westbrook trails Lufkin 22-0. Conroe Caney Creek is winning over Cleveland. No surprise there, 28-7. They haven't quite got to halftime yet. Sabine Pass and Hull Dezetta in a real tight one at halftime, 15-14 in favor of Hull Dezetta. Nederland is currently leading the Dayton Broncos 20-10. Baytown Sterling, as we mentioned earlier, is getting walloped by Barbers Hill 44-7. They are in the third quarter. The Warren Warriors are getting just steamrolled by the Woodville Eagles 52-0. They're in the fourth quarter. Kuntz leading Trinity 28-12. That's kind of a surprise for me. I thought Trinity was going to be a little bit up this year for that particular district. The Port Neches Grove Indians and Huntsville, they are locking horns there in the fourth quarter. Port Neches leading that one 17-14. Very, very close over there. All eyes on that particular football game. Goose Creek Memorial is trailing Sheldon C.E. King 34-0. Columbus is leading Rogers 21-8, a district that we talk about all the time that we're keeping an eye on with Columbus and Hitchcock. Kirbyville trails Cold Spring Oakhurst 20-6 at halftime. Livingston and Liberty looking both for their first win of the season, 8-7 in the favor of Livingston currently. Chapel Hill in a close game with the Palestine Wildcats, 7-0 in favor of Chapel Hill at halftime. Of course, our score here, 24-0 Orangefield. And then the Vider Pirates is losing to Breach City, 28-6. That Breach City team coming a long way after changing coaches from the old Orangefield coach, Smalley, going over there to his alma mater at Bridge City. Lumberton trails Huffman Hargrave 24-0.
That's kind of a surprise there.
Yeah, LCM is beating Hardin Jefferson 28-7, and that will conclude the area team's scoreboard here on the Swanky Insurance Halftime Show. Going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here with the performance of the Anahuac Panther Band right after this.
Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Services, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Coastal Field Services, The Crawfish Hideaway, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Your Propane, Jerry's Oysters, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Swanky Insurance Agency, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac.
And Anahi Hernandez.
Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Services, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Coastal Field Services, The Crawfish Hideaway, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Your Propane, Jerry's Oysters, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Swaukee Insurance Agency, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac. Swaukee Insurance in Anahuac, Texas is dedicated to community and service. That includes saving you money. With access to over 30 carriers, Swaukee Insurance will give the personal attention that you deserve and tailor any policy specifically to your needs. From home, auto, flood, and windstorm, they are the one-stop insurance agency. Call agent and owner Todd Swaukee to get your no-obligation cost-saving quote today at 409-267-3115, or you can visit them at SwaukeeInsurance.com.
I want to thank Swaukee Insurance for presenting tonight's halftime show as we are set for the second half of action as the Panthers have taken the field. The Panthers will be deferring to the Bobcats here. Of note, on that last play of the first half, there was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Bobcats. So no matter what happens, the Bobcats will start 15. Will they do it assess it on the kickoff or after the kickoff? Okay, so the kickoff is going to be kicked from the 45-yard line. And Trent, you were the first one to say anything about it. Kicking off from 15 yards closer, you have to go for an onside kick, right?
Yeah, just given the score situation and how the Panthers have not been able to get anything going in the first half, you've got to go for the onside kick here, and you've got to expect that Orangefield is looking for them to do so, especially kicking it off from the 45 here. And we've saw that Garza has been able to get some good bounces on some onside kicks earlier on in some ball games this season. So definitely playing closer together is Orangefield here.
Yeah, the Bobcats scooting the team in. Now they're spreading them back out. So Garza has it teed up as we are set to begin the second half. And he digs this one straight into the ground, and it goes right into a defender. He couldn't touch it before.
Yeah, the 10 yards anyway.
35.
And there's a flag down, and it's going to go against the Panthers. Maybe they started a little too early on that.
Yeah, so that'll move the ball 5 yards up, and Orangefield will get the ball probably at about the 40. You had to try it.
Yeah, definitely had to there. I mean, just your back's up against the wall here, and you have to try and get the momentum back in your favor. So he does place the ball at the 40, and it was an offsides call against the Panthers. So Orangefield will start with pretty decent field position here in the second half, and we'll see what kind of adjustments both teams have made coming out of the locker room.
Handoff. Left side has room. 45 is going to get tackled down at the 47. We're going to give him the 48. Will be a pickup of 8 for Manning.
Yeah, stretching the field outside the numbers to the far side down there was Manning. You can see the cornerbacks just backing off over there on right before the snap was made. And so Manning had plenty of room to work with.
Second down and 2 from the Bobcat 48. You know, the strength for this Panthers defense has been right up the middle, funneling everything into the inside, but they've been working the outside well. Across midfield, gets the first down and pushed out of bounds after the pickup of 6. So in the Panther territory, the Bobcats go. First down and 10 from the 47. We saw a good mix of pass and run in the first half. I would expect to see a lot of running from the Bobcats here in the second half. Manning is going to pick up 2, bring up second down. That puts them at 100 yards as we have it. Second down and 7 after the pickup of 3. Gonzalez out of the gun, feeds him again, straight up Broadway, fighting his way, lowers his shoulder. And is going to pick up 4. Is that Manning or Lucia? That was Lucia. As Lucia stays on the field.
All kinds of movement. Free play again for the Bobcats.
Beat downfield is going to be
Not
intercepted. Unfortunately, it's not going to matter as it was a free play.
That's the third time.
Third time this evening. All on third down. Or fourth down. 5th penalty for 45 yards.
Penalties absolutely killing the Panthers tonight. The unsportsmanlike, the offsides. So automatic first down. And the Orangefield Bobcats picking right up where they left off in the first half.
First down and 10 from the Panther 35. Gonzalez going to keep it straight up the gut, is going to push his way forward. He's going to pick up 12 in a first down. 18th first down of the ball game for the Bobcats. Third just on this drive.
Chewing the clock up while they're at it.
Lucia remains the back in the ball game. Offset to Gonzalez's right. He gets the handoff. Left side has room. 20, 15, 10. Breaks the tackle. 5 into the end zone. Touchdown from 23 yards out. Ty Butler on to tack on the point after. Snap back, kick is up, and the kick is good. With 9:18 remaining here in the third quarter, the Bobcats tack on another one. Your new score, 31-0 Orangefield. We'll be back with more on Anahuac Sports Live.
Building a new home? Does your driveway need a long overdue facelift? Or are you just looking to finally get that lot cleared to build something great? Look no further. Trust the locally owned and operated professionals at Title Services Incorporated. No need to hire multiple contractors. Title Services does all phases of residential and commercial land clearing, house pads, ponds, dirt and rock delivery, and demolition. Call for a free estimate today at 409-267-1057 or visit them on Facebook at Title Services, Inc. From custom processing, professional guided hunts, high tanning, and gator merchandise, Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm offers a personal experience like no other. Locally owned and operated in Anahuac, Texas since 1987, Porter's has been Southeast Texas' choice for any hunting adventure need. Now offering full-service processing of gator, deer, beef, hogs, and other wild game, make Porter's Processing this hunting season's one-stop shop. Go to portersprocessing.com or call 409-267-8.
Taken at the 25 and pushed out of bounds at the 32, as that is where the Panthers will set up shop for their first possession of the second half. 7 plays, 60 yards, took 2:42 off the clock. It was a 23-yard rush from Lucia. The point after was good, making the score 31-0 Orangefield on top of Anahuac on the channel marker 17 scoreboard. And the Bobcat domination of the Panthers is still continuing. Barrier looks right, delivers, is caught, and is dropped.
That's incomplete. Second and 10.
So looking for Trotter over there on the far sideline, unable to hang on to it. As you can tell just by the motions of the Anahuac Panther players.
Barrier sets back, under pressure, sets up the screen pass. Dalo, 35-40, 45-50, has one man to beat. Down the seam he goes, 30, 20, 15, 5, down to the 1. The fumbles. Now, did he fumble before the end zone? Because if the fumble hit the cone, then that's going to be a touchback and Bobcat ball. They're going to call it at the 1. Woo!
Oh, and a touchback called.
Oh, no, they changed it to a touchback.
We're going to go back to it, setting up the screen to De La O here on the near side, cutting it out, trying to angle his way toward the end zone. Only one man to beat, and going back to it here as he loses the fumble. I mean, man, it was close, but I don't know. It was close. They're going to talk it over here. Just to make sure that they got it right. And like I said, it was close. You really couldn't tell as De La O's back was to us. Definitely a tough play or a tough call to make.
It's probably not helping the officials make the right call.
And it is a touchback as the signal. So the woes continue for the Anahuac Panthers, and as that one didn't go their way, their biggest play of the night is pretty much erased, and the Orangefield Bobcats will take over at the 20.
The quarterback brings the ball up to the 20-yard line for the Bobcats.
Yeah, that was, don't know how the back judge saw that. Handoff, Lucia around the left side, picks up 1.
No gain on the play. Correction officials give it a gain of 1. Second down, 9.
Second down and 9.
Want to shout out to the Anahuac Lady Panther volleyball team getting a huge district win over the Orangefield volleyball team in 3 sets.
Gonzalez going to keep this one himself, keeps the hand moving, and is going to get 9 for the first down.
After dropping one, breaking the 12-game win streak for the Lady Panthers were the Hardin Hornets that came to town Tuesday. And the Lady Panthers able to bounce back here tonight and get that big district win. They are halfway through their district schedule. We'll be moving on into the second half next week as they go on the road. One of them in East Chambers. I think the other one will be in Kirbyville, if I'm not mistaken.
First down and 10 from the Bobcat 30. Lucia is going to get upended for a pickup of 1. Want to send a very happy birthday to Emma Prigi as her and her friends tuning in tonight. She is also the proud owner of Panther Paw Bracelets. She can do clay bead bracelets, rubber band bracelets. She can do earrings. All can be custom or pre-made. She can want to make sure you add some flair to your outfits. You can call or text 409-267-1864. That's 409-267-1864. Emma Prigine with Panther Paw Bracelets. We wish you a very, very happy birthday. Lucia fights his way forward as he picks up 9. Jaden Billiot making the tackle for the Panthers, brings up 3rd down and 1.
Remind everybody, next week will be the 2024 Swamp Bowl, where the Anahuac Panthers will be traveling to Winnie to face off against the East Chambers Buccaneers.
Handoff and going to be dropped in the backfield, as that's Richardson and Brad Coates teaming up to make the tackle in the backfield for a loss of 2, brings up 4th down, and it does appear as if the punting unit is coming on for the Bobcats.
Got some surprises in store next week for the Swamp Bowl. We'll be simulcasting on Texan Live, Dave Campbell's Texan Live, as well as the NFHS Network, and of course all of the Anahuac Sports Live platforms next week. Don't want to miss any of that. Be looking at all of our socials for those surprises for the Swamp Bowl.
Pressure on the punt, but unable to get to him. It's touched at the 24, and that is where it should be brought back to for the Panthers. No. Okay, 25. So the Panthers came close on their last drive and need to hit pay dirt on this drive. Barrier blitz, and that should be offside, as I believe the Bobcats were lined up in the neutral zone. Sixth penalty of the ball game against the Bobcats will bring up 1st down and 5. Barrier, quick toss right side, and it's going to get 1. Breaks out of it. Might get 2 or 3.
Yeah, it looks like they gave him at least 2 on it. He was able to break away and get out of bounds. 2nd down and 3 now, with 5.5 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Got movement. False start against the Panthers. And I'm going to go take another look at that one, because I didn't think I saw anything off of it. They were trying to draw him off sides. I don't know.
2nd down. This is going to go to Coates, and Coates is going to drag a defender with him. It's going to be a pickup of 5. We'll bring up 3rd down.
I believe that was Coates' first catch of the night, wasn't it? Second catch.
So 3rd down and 2. Quick toss. Cunningham has it and has enough for the first down on the pickup of 4 to move the chains.
That is Lucas Wilson, Anahuac lawyer. First down.
47-yard line. 1st and 10.
From the near hash, Anahuac moving right to left. Barrier looking downfield for Cunningham. Made a nice catch, but couldn't keep the feet in bounds. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Second down, Barrier. Looking left, going left to Cunningham. It's going to be broken up. Good coverage in there as he threw into double coverage. Styles Spurlock taking care of it, making it 3rd down and 10. Clock stopped with 4:49 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Five wide this time for Anahuac. Barrier has time, looking down the seam, is going to be intercepted. Down the sideline he goes. Pushed out of bounds at the 16.
There was a flag down.
It's going to happen after the interception. Should be against Orangefield. Taunting or unsportsmanlike.
Looking to see what happened as it was picked off and unable to see, but
Rylan Agerton, the sophomore, with the interception.
Unsportsmanlike against Orangefield, and that was after the interception.
Second interception of the ball game against Barrier. See where they place the ball. They're going to place it at the 36.
That ball should have been dead right there. It was after the interception.
1st and 10 Bobcats here. Gonzalez rolls to his left, has Manning. Manning cuts back at the 40, or I'm sorry, at the 30. I'm going to say he got stopped at the 31. It's going to be a pickup of pickup of 5, brings up 2nd down and 5. Only Manning's first reception on the evening so far.
A shout out the sponsor of our 3rd quarter, the Beginning Mexican Grill, 508 Ross Sterling in Anahuac, 409-267-6198. Thank you, the Beginning Mexican Grill.
Lucia gets around the right side.
More flags.
Be taken down at the 30. As it stands, a pickup of 1, but we think it's holding against the Bobcats.
15 to go.
8th penalty for 70 yards against the Bobcats this evening. Second down and long. Fakes the handoff. Gonzalez looking downfield is going to be incomplete. Morrow, the intended receiver, as that was Jason Nelson in on the coverage. We'll bring up third down and long. Third down and 15. Clock stopped with 3:23. Gonzalez looks left, delivers, and it's going to be knocked away. Nice job there by Trey Smith breaking up that pass. We'll bring up fourth down, and the punting unit will come on for the Bobcats. Got a rush back. Good punt is going to take a Bobcat bounce into the end zone, and the Panthers will have it at their own 20 for their next possession here of the second half with 3:14 remaining in the third quarter.
Again, if you haven't liked or subscribed, we'd appreciate it if you would. You'd be notified every time the Anahuac Sports Live goes live on our streams on no matter what platform. We appreciate everybody tuning in for tonight. Reminding everybody just to pay attention to all of our socials, where we'll be going live at next week, the Swamp Bowl for East Chambers and Anahuac next Friday.
Handoff, and met at the line of scrimmage, fighting his way forward for a yard. As checking into the ball game, Braden Such, the sophomore, taking over at quarterback.
Yeah, and that's making sure that Barrier's ankle is okay. The medical staff down here icing it up for him.
De La O picks up another yard, going to bring it third down and 8.
Yeah, that horse collar tackle in the first half on him really, I think, twisted it up. Hopefully everything's okay.
Still plenty of football left to be played. So third down and 8, the sophomore Braden Such in at quarterback. Sets back, delivers, as that's going to bounce off the turf.
No choice but to send the punting unit on for the Panthers. And they'll punt it away once again here with 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
De La O back to handle the punting duties for the Panthers. Gets it off. Is going to be angled towards the sideline and will bounce out of bounds at the Bobcat 49. Minute 59 remaining here in the third quarter. This is just one of those ball games that you're going to have to take your lumps and learn from and hopefully come out the rest of district play and take care of business.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, you take it on the chin, you hit the reset button and try to recuperate for the next week against a good East Chambers Buccaneer team.
Gonzalez fakes the handoff, rolling left, looking downfield. He's going to keep it himself, has plenty of room. Is going to get pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. At the 39, that's going to be a pickup of 12, move the chains, first down. Manning making moves in the backfield, breaks tackles across the 30, down the sideline he goes. He's going to get in from 40 yards out. Touchdown, Orangefield.
Good. Well, Brady's there.
Butler on to tack on the point after, snap back, kick is up, and the kick is low, but the kick is good. So with 1:43 remaining in the third quarter, the Bobcats score again. They lead at 38-0 back after this on Anahuac Sports Live. Outplayed, out everything. Back here with the kickoff. Pooch kick is going to fall to the 26-yard line. Melo trying to find somewhere to go, gets pushed out of bounds at about the 34. 3 plays, 51 yards, took 16 seconds off the clock. It was a 40-yard Mason Manning rush to pay dirt. The point after was good. Your new score, 38-0 Orangefield on your channel marker 17 scoreboard. Single back is Richardson behind Such. Kelly is in.
Oh,
my gosh. All sorts of motion.
And offsides. I mean, it was all kinds of stuff.
I mean, Delo was coming on the field late, and the discombobulation continues on the Panthers' part.
Seventh penalty for 55 yards against the Panthers. Pitch left as Richardson's going to pick up the penalty yardage back. We'll bring up second down and 10. Richardson fighting his way forward. Will get a yard. Will bring up 3rd down and 9. They're going to have some pretty cool features next week to the Swamp Bowl.
Definitely. All kinds of things is going to be happening again. Pay attention to our Facebook page especially. Go over there, give us a like and a follow over there if you would. And also on X, been keeping up with the TikTok, trying to post a video at least once a week over there.
Pitch right, De La O trying to find some daylight, is going to get a yard, but that buzzer going off means that we are going to head into the 4th and final quarter of action. We invite you to stick around for the 4th quarter of play, as we'll be back with it after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
From custom processing, professional guided hunts, high tanning, and gator merchandise, Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm offers a personal experience like no other. Locally owned and operated in Anahuac, Texas since 1987, Porter's has been Southeast Texas' choice for any hunting adventure need. Now offering full-service processing of gator, deer, beef, hogs, and other wild game, make Porter's Processing this hunting season's one-stop shop. Go to portersprocessing.com or call 409-267-8413.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyla Hart, Shane Rakestraw here from Kyle Weiss Stadium. Punting unit will come on for the Panthers.
And like you mentioned, Humble Summer Creek making the comeback 35-32 over there in the 4th quarter.
If not the top game in the state, pretty close. Dalo gets the punt off. Good high punt. Is going to be put to rest at the 36. And it actually hit the Bobcat,
that
intended receiver. So that's going to be Panther football.
Go back to the replay here and see who it touched. Didn't quite get it in the frame. However, they're calling Anahuac football.
It's the first time this evening that the Panthers have started in Bobcat territory.
Such will remain on the field.
The freshman, Jayton Doity, checking in to the backfield as he'll be offset. Such on the left, Richardson on the right. 2 receivers looking downfield, airs it out, and it's going to be all over the intended receiver. Flag down.
There will be pass interference being called.
That was Cunningham, the intended receiver.
Almost came up with it, kind of threading the needle there was Such. That's what it is.
9th penalty of the ball game against the Bobcats for 85 yards. Dowdy remains in the backfield with Richardson. Under center Such. Richardson pitch right side and just has nowhere to go. He's going to lose
3.
2nd down and 13.
Man, the scoreboard is glitching out tonight.
Such out of the gun, 2nd down and 13. Looking left, throwing left, has Cunningham in the end zone, bobbled in, incomplete. Throwing into double coverage as Cunningham was trying to come up with it.
He's kicked it from the 40.
Nonetheless, brings up 3rd down and 13. 11:05 remaining in the ball game. P&G has defeated Huntsville 24-21.
Bodes well for my pick'ems.
Pitch left, Goity finding some room, getting some yardage, picking up 3. He's up 4th down and 10.
Want to thank Four Corner Tires and Oil for sponsoring the 4th quarter. 812 Miller Street in Anahuac, 409-267-4444. And also ABC Nitrogen Services. 11-515 I-10 East in Baytown, 281-385-2645.
4th down, the Panther offense stays on the field. Such out of the gun. Looking downfield, going left into double coverage and is incomplete. Is that Trotter, the intended receiver?
I am not certain. That pretty much all will but do it. And Panthers had an opportunity and deep in Orangefield territory, unable to capitalize as the Panthers just haven't been able to get anything going here tonight.
Hey, Coach Moore said that was cross country logo.
Jeez.
Interesting, as the line wasn't even ready yet. They're calling a false start against Orangefield. It's kind of weird. I mean, they weren't even set. And they called the false start. That's strange.
Brings up 1st down and 15. Handoff straight up the middle, fighting his way forward, is going to get the penalty yardage back. Who got off the pile last? Let's see. Nine carries for 45 yards and a touchdown for Lassie this evening. Handoff around the right side, 25, and taken down at the 28.
Actually going to give him 9.
9, pickup of 9 on that.
Couple of games gone final. Barbers Hill takes care of Baytown Sterling. At the bottom of your screen, Galveston Ball, another one. And as you mentioned, it's gone fouled. P&G with the shootout of Huntsville, 24-21.
Gonzalez is going to keep it himself for the 1st down.
Waiting for the Atascocita Summer Creek game to go final. Liberty came back, kind of broke it open against Livingston. They're still in the third, though. A lot of ball game to be played over there. And no surprise, Cold Spring taking care of Kirbyville.
And Summer Creek has taken the lead over Atascocita. They lead at 39-35 with 3:04 remaining in the ballgame.
Refresh it. There it goes.
Wow, what a ball game. First down and 10 from the 32.
I believe Atascocita had a 30-point lead.
It was 35-7 at one point, I believe. Pickup of 6. Second down and 4. Wow, so that's 32 unanswered points from Summer Creek. Second down and 3. Lassie fighting his way forward is going to pick up 2 more. It's going to bring up third down and 1.
17 Lassie on the carry. 22 Wilcox in on the stop. Third and 1.
I want to invite everybody to stick around for the Porter's Processing post-game show. We'll go over the stats of this football game as we have them. A quick recap as the tush push goes forward for the first down for the Bobcats. Again, appreciate everybody sticking with us tonight. If you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. We very much would appreciate that.
First down and 10 for the Bobcats. Clock rolling, under 6.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Handoff Lassie around the right side, 45-50. Absolutely bowls over a Panther defender. He's going to pick up 12 in a first down.
Man, lowered his shoulder. Flattened the would-be tackler.
Bobcats in the Panther territory from the 45. Lassie, the workhorse on this drive, is going to get upended at the 40. There'll be a pickup of 5. And we'll bring up second down. Bobcats are going to move to 4-2 on the year. The Panthers are going to move to 4-2 both. Let's see, the Panthers will be 1-1 in district play, 2-0 for Orangefield. As for now, they take the lead in 10-3A play. Gonzalez bobbles the snap, is able to get back on it. It's going to end up being a loss of 7. We'll bring it third down and long.
Marker 47.
Atascocita is driven down to the Summer Creek 6 with 32 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Handoff around the right side, 40, and it's going to get pushed out of bounds. There's a flag down. There's a new running back in that time. That handoff went to Logan Crahan. It won't count with the holding call against the Bobcats. Actually, they're going to give them 5 and then call the penalty from there. 1, 2, yeah. So it'll bring up 3rd down and longer here with 4:12 remaining. Clock rolling. Handoff will go back to Trahan. He'll get 4 and we'll bring it 4th down. Orangefield might elect to keep the offense on the field just to burn some more time off the clock.
Yes. Okay. Oh. No. 48.
I'm counting. I went the wrong way.
Oh, I thought you was asking me how old I was.
Orangefield's going to run the play clock down and then call a timeout with 3:06 remaining here in the ball game.
We have timeout being called. Charge to Orangefield.
We'll take it with them. 3:06 remaining. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Since 1948, Wilcox Drugstore has been the Anahuac area's most experienced and trusted pharmacy. Continuing its long-lasting reputation for personal attention to all your medical needs, Wilcox Drugstore offers counsel, refills, transfers, compounding, flu shots, and delivery. Visit pharmacist Dave Wilcox and his experienced staff today at 1208 Miller Street in Anahuac or call 409-267-6141. Wilcox Drugstore, delivering solutions, delivering confidence. Swanky Insurance in Anahuac, Texas is dedicated to community and service. That includes saving you money. With access to over 30 carriers, Swanky Insurance will give the personal attention that you deserve and tailor any policy specifically to your needs. From home, auto, flood, and windstorm, they are the one-stop insurance agency. Call agent and owner Todd Swanky to get your no-obligation cost-saving quote today at 409-267-3115, or you can visit them at Swanky Insurance.
Punting unit on for Orangefield, as that one may have been tipped at the line. It's going to head straight to the Orangefield sideline. They're going to mark it at the 38, and that is where the Panthers will take over with 3:02 remaining in the ballgame.
So Atascocita retakes the lead 42-49, and I think the last update we got was that there was 12 seconds left on the clock over there. Livingston tried and come back on Liberty 21-14 currently.
So Such will bring the offense back onto the field for the Panthers, trying to get some momentum heading into next week's ball game. Handoff right side. Richardson has some room, picks up some positive yardage. It's going to pick up 9 on the play, bring up 2nd down and 1. They're going to mark it as a 1st down.
That is Lucas Wilson, Anahuac Lawyer, 1st down.
First down and 10 from the Panther 48.
Appreciate you, Tyler, for subscribing to the channel. Also, Zoe earlier.
Pitch left. Goity is going to be met in the backfield. He's going to get forward progress back to the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up second down.
Down by contact. No gain on the play. Second down.
Pitch right, Richardson. Richardson is going to bowl his way forward to midfield for a pickup of 2. That'll bring up third down. Such gets the play call in from the sideline. We'll tick under 60 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Pitch left, Richardson cuts it upfield. It's going to get 2, and that'll bring it fourth down. About a 10-second difference in the play clock and game clock. As we said earlier, the Panthers will head to Winnie next Friday night. Will be the Swamp Bowl. We will be live.
We'll be live on all kinds of channels next week. Of course, Dave Campbell's Texan Live, the NFHS Network. Of course, all of our Anahuac Sports Live platforms as Richardson loses the football as time expires, and that will do it here in Anahuac. The Orangefield Bobcats shut out the Anahuac Panthers 38-0 here at Kyle White Stadium. They will move on as 2-0 in district play. Anahuac will move to 1-1 in district play, which kind of upends the way District 10 3A was anticipated to go. So there's going to be a lot of talk happening this Sunday night on the 5-9 Sports Show podcast. Don't miss it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be dropping that probably Monday or Tuesday. Appreciate everybody once again tuning in tonight on Anahuac Sports Live on whatever platform that you might have been watching on. And we'll be back here shortly with a Borders Processing post-game show right after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Services, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Coastal Field Services, The Crawfish Hideaway, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Your Propane, Jerry's Oysters, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Swaukee Insurance Agency, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac. Anahuac Sports Live is brought to you by ABC Nitrogen Services, Anahuac Florist, Anahuac National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender, The Beginning Mexican Grill, Community Christian Fellowship Church, Chambers County Abstract Company, Coastal Field Services, The Crawfish Hideaway, Four Corner Tires and Oil, Gore Propane, Jerry's Oysters, Porter's Wild Game Processing and Alligator Farm, Title Services Incorporated, Swankey Insurance Agency, and Wilcox Drugstore in Anahuac. From custom processing, professional guided hunts, high tanning, and gator merchandise, Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm offers a personal experience like no other. Locally owned and operated in Anahuac, Texas since 1987, Porter's has been Southeast Texas' choice for any hunting adventure need. Now offering full-service processing of gator, deer, beef, hogs, and other wild game, make Porter's Processing this hunting season's one-stop shop. Go to portersprocessing.com or call 409-267-8413.
Welcome back to the Porter's Processing post-game show. Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Kyla Hart, and Shane Rakestraw here from Kyle White Stadium, where we have gone final, and the Orangefield Bobcats have defeated the Anahuac Panthers 38-0. And Trent, it's just one of those games you chalk up, you learn your lessons, and you move on.
Yeah, that's really all that you can do if you're the Anahuac Panthers at this point. I mean, I don't think anybody expected a goose egg out of the Panthers tonight. I know that I didn't. I know that it's just it's a hard one to take. But the season is far from over. It's only the second week of district games. They'll have a tall order next week against a pretty good East Chambers team, another team that likes to run the football a lot. A speedy quarterback that's got a great arm over there. It'll be definitely one to catch next week on Anahuac Sports Live, as we'll be streaming on Dave Campbell's Texan Live and the NFHS Network and all of our platforms. Be paying attention to all of our social media. Got some special things in store for next week in the 2024 Swamp Bowl. But after tonight, I mean, it's just you just couldn't get anything going if you were on the Anahuac Panthers sideline tonight, offensively or defensively for that matter. But the kudos goes to the Orangefield Bobcats, who really showed up to play in this football game tonight. I think what it boils down to, in this particular football game, is the outstanding defense that the Orangefield Bobcats was able to play, not only shutting out the Panthers, but getting good penetration up front and having their way with the offensive line of the Anahuac Panthers to get in the backfield and put Brady Barrier under duress on multiple occasions and just getting him uncomfortable, and he was never able to settle in. The running game really wasn't working right either. So the Orangefield defense was definitely a huge key factor in what happened here tonight. So best of luck to them as they move forward through their schedule. They're looking to win this district outright, just like the Anahuac Panthers were. And now things become a little bit more difficult for the Panthers moving forward. If you're looking to win, you really can't drop another game going forward in this district, because if you finish in the runner-up position or in the third position, I believe, then you end up on the bottom of the bracket with a possible Columbus and Hitchcock scenario in the area around. And that's something you definitely, Columbus and Franklin scenario in the area around. Hitchcock, if everything goes as, things are predicted over on that end, they'll end up on the top end of the bracket, and they would not be seen until the regional round. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen between now and then. You just got to really hit that reset button, as I mentioned earlier, put things back into focus and win the rest of these ball games.
Yeah, and we touched on it in the pregame show with the three linebackers who were leading this defense, and they did their thing tonight.
Absolutely.
Very athletic defense. They game planned the Panthers perfectly tonight and just really put the clamps on them. And Brady Barrier had one of his more, I'm talking about personally, frustrating games for himself, as he just could not get it going. We touched on the horse collar that kind of ended his night prematurely. He really wasn't the same after that. But Jeff Bro has things going in the right direction for this Bobcats team. And I personally thought it may have taken more than a year for this team to get on this type of roll. But Bro has done a fantastic job with this program.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely has. I mean, I was with you. I thought it might take a year to get things acclimated over there in Orangefield with the new system and not. But the Bobcats are really, taking it in. And I mean, another thing that was a huge key factor tonight was that the Orangefield Bobcats were just far more physical and came into this game and the attitude that they were going to be more physical, and it showed pretty much the entire game.
Looking at the stats first for the Bobcats, leading rusher in tonight's ball game was Mason Manning. He had 20 carries for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. Lacia had 14 carries for 79 yards. He also had a touchdown as well. Gonzalez had 7 carries for 32 yards, 2 carries for Trahan for 9 yards. Gonzalez went 10 of 17 for a touchdown and 171 yards. Manning had a reception for 5. Morrow had 6 receptions for 120 and a touchdown. 1 reception for Menard for 31. And Nick Rogers had 2 for 17. 9 penalties against Orangefield for 85 yards. As we have it, 3 of 10 on third downs and 25 total first downs for the Orangefield Bobcats. As for the Panthers, the leading rusher in tonight's contest was Darius Richardson. He had 6 carries for 17 yards. Thomas Dalo had 6 carries for 14. Garza had a carry for -1. And Doherty had 2 for 3 yards. Barrier on the evening, 16 for 28 for 139 yards and 2 interceptions. Such was unable to come up with his first completion on the year. Cunningham had 3 receptions for 19. Trotter had 6 for 37. Coates had 2 for 14. Garza had 2 for 4. And Balao had 1 for 66. Had it have been 67, that would have put points on the board for the Panthers, but that was pretty much the way things were going for the Panthers tonight.
Yeah, that pretty much tells the tale tonight for the Anahuac Panthers. Nothing was just going their way. And that run by Delao that, was called a touchback as the ball rolled out of the end zone. That just pretty much stamped it and on how things were going here tonight. And I mean, it's just, again, one of those things that you live and learn and you move on and try to refocus for the next week.
2 for 11 on third down, 1 for 3 on fourth down, 9 first downs in the ball game. As you said, that 1 fumble and 7 penalties for 55 yards. What you got for scores around the area? There were some great games going on tonight.
Yeah, some really great games tonight. Some really even more great games next week. We're going to have a tough time picking each and every game for the Pick'ems next week. However, if you still want to get on the Pick'ems, there's time to get in. We're rewarding the top 3 prizes that'll be given away by Randy's Rubs, Porter's Processing, Anahuac Sports Live, and the 5-9N Sports Show. But some quick scores from around the area, and I won't go through all of them, just the ones that are pertinent to our immediate area. Port Arthur drops to Galveston Ball, 41-10. Let me scroll through here. Oak Ridge falls to Conroe High, 38-21. Splendora tried to come back on New Caney Westwork, and they fall 24-21. A barn burner over there in Humble. Atascocita gets the win, final 42-39 over Summer Creek. The Shepherd Pirates, and this is the surprise game, I think, of the night for me, aside from the Anahuac Panthers and Orangefield score. The Shepherd Pirates get over on Diboll 50-35. That is final over there. The Montgomery Bears, this is also another surprise score, 46-14 over Lake Creek. I don't think anybody was expecting that one. Willis takes care of business against Woodlands College Park, 45-21. The Newton Eagles getting back to their winning ways here as of late. 56-14 over New Waverly. The Cleveland Indians, they're struggling this year. Fall to Conroe Caney Creek, 42-9. Dayton loses to Nederland, 41-17. Barbers Hill, steamrolled Baytown Sterling, 65-7. Woodville took care of Warren, 58-0. Kuntz over Trinity, 49-12. The other big game going on in the area was the defending champions Port Neches Grove Indians and the Huntsville Hornets. P&G able to hold on. 24-21 was the final over there. Columbus is just doing what they do, 56-8 over Rogers. Kirbyville is trailing Cold Spring 43-12 in the fourth quarter, but that thing's pretty much done. It has gone final. The Liberty Panthers get their first win of the season over the Livingston Lions, 28-22. That was a huge win for me personally in the pick'ems as I took Liberty for this week. Livingston falls to 0-6 on the season, really having a tough time over there. Vider falls to Bridge City 49-20. And that Bridge City team, ladies and gentlemen, I want to keep an eye on that team moving forward. Huffman gets over on Lumberton 38-7 is the final over there. Hardin Jefferson falls to LCM 49-13, and that takes care of the immediate scores in our area. And Alex, next week, the 2024 Swamp Bowl, our fifth iteration of the Swamp Bowl. Like I said, a surprise coming in for next week. I'm not going to give that away quite yet. So you're going to have to tune in to all of the socials on Anahuac Sports Live, whether it be the Facebook page, the X, or Instagram, TikTok, so on and so forth. You'll find out. I'm thinking probably somewhere around Tuesday is when the big reveal and big surprise will be coming in for this year's Swamp Bowl. As for tonight, the Anahuac Panthers put up a goose egg that nobody expected, and they're just going to have to, come back, study some film tomorrow, figure out what exactly went wrong, get back to it on Monday to prepare for the East Chambers Buccaneers.
Yeah, always a fun week. And as Trent said, make sure you stay tuned to the socials for everything that we will be broadcasting leading up to the Swamp Bowl, as this is going to wrap things up for tonight. Alex Outram speaking on behalf of my broadcast partner, Trent Hart, and our videographers, Kyla Hart and Shane Rakestraw, as the Panthers fall to 0-1 in district play. 1-1 in district play after taking the loss to Orangefield tonight, but still plenty of district play to go, and we'll be there for it. Everybody have a good week this week, and we'll see you next week. So long, everybody.